Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Yo, what's up? Welcome back to Vencabot, The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time Action. My name is David. Yo, guys, this is for sure the last week we're gonna play this game. We have today and tomorrow to beat it. Today we're gonna be going through and finding the remaining stones, the remaining one-eyed stones, and documenting what they say. Let me open up the text document right now. In fact, let's go here to my video work folder for my streaming stuff and find the Zelda notes. Where were those at here? What's it called, do you think? Statue notes, here it is. So if you guys missed our last stream, we've been going through and finding every single stone-eyed statue in the game, which thankfully are only in Child Link sections. And we're documenting what they say. So today we're starting off, we did Goron City, we did Kakariko before. We're moving on to the Castle Town. I fucking love fetch quests. The best kinds of quests. It says that you gotta do 10 levels of a quest before you can even play your job. Then you have to do another 20 or something before you get all your skills. It's all just MSQ story mode fetch quests. What's MSQ stand for? We're getting ready, Faust. Brian, excuse me. Fate Star Online 2 released on the Microsoft Store the other day. Oh, did it really? 3 and a 2 and a 1. Main story quest, MSQ. Yeah, I don't play MMOs, so I don't really know that kind of terminology. Now I do. Wow. I'm so glad we decided to play this game on stream. Like, it's been so much fun. This game is so fucking good. I was gonna play it, but the Microsoft Store sucks and it wouldn't let me download it. How can it suck so bad? Vince. Faust. Brian Coolhand. How can software suck so bad? The main protagonist for .hack GU is annoying the shit out of me, Venka. Such the lone wolf edgy type, it hurts. Yeah, it was a different time to Revenge. That's part of why I didn't like him either. Like, I didn't really play GU like that much at all. I think I beat the first GU game and that's it. That's where I stopped. And part of it was that I didn't like the main character. I heard he gets better though. Don't let Microsoft be involved, says Vince. PSO2 isn't released in Europe, at least not in Sweden, really. Well, it's probably only a matter of time now, Zanzu. And now it's finally out of Japan. But yeah, I think like you said, you released because a lot of my friends have been playing the Japanese version, right? With patches and stuff, like fan patches that translated. I'm sure it's true for some Swedes as well. People have been playing it, but it's not officially released yet. But it's finally out in America officially, so I'm sure that Europe is coming. They've entirely given up. All commercial MS software is just half-ass beta now, except for like Office and Visual Studio, I guess. What was I using today? And I was just flabbergasted. I was like, yo, I'm so glad that fucking Vince ain't here. His head would explode. That was what I thought. What was it? It was some software that literally did not work at all. And I was like, how can this not work? How is it possible that this software, from this fucking developer, from this, from this platform, actually doesn't work? What was it? Oh yeah. It was a goddamn fucking YouTube Studio on iOS. The software for YouTube creators to use to manage their channel on the go. I tuned it to show. I go to my video list, right? I selected most recent videos. I selected to filter most recent videos by public videos only. So only show the most recent public videos. And it didn't. It showed a bunch of apparently random videos. And I was like, how? How can this not work? And I realized how it doesn't work. I realized after a while. I realized that it was showing the videos that were public, the most recently uploaded videos that were public, is what it was showing. But the problem is that I upload videos to YouTube and leave them private for a year. Then they get published a year later. So it didn't understand that when I said I wanted to see the most recent public videos, that I wanted to see the videos that were most recently published. There's no way to sort them by which ones were published most recently. which is, you would think that'd be an extremely important function for a piece of software like this, to see which videos were published recently. But it can't do that. And what's, oh wow, that was sick. And what's even crazier is that on the desktop version of YouTube Studio, you can't, there is no way to sort videos in the order they were uploaded in. So they have exactly opposite problems. Like, can I pop off for a second here, guys? Give me a fucking second here. As someone that uploads videos to YouTube and publishes them a year later, I know it's kind of unusual, right? I publish videos very late after they get uploaded. It seems imperative. It seems like an obvious feature to add to let me sort my videos by either upload order, so I can see when they were uploaded, and also publish order to see when they were published. But there's only, on the desktop version, there's only one way to sort videos by date, and it's by date, which is by their published date. And for videos that are not published, it uses their upload date instead. So as soon as I publish a video on YouTube on desktop, I no longer have the context of in what order it was uploaded in. So if I want to, for instance, say to myself, okay, well, what videos came out, what videos did I upload in May last year? Right? Like, let's say that I want to go back and say, okay, what were we playing alongside Final Fantasy Tactics in May last year? I can't do that because if I publish those videos, they no longer can be sorted by their upload date. Uh-oh, am I gonna die here? This is fucking godlike. Rest in peace. Oh. Sick. Can I walk across here now? Okay, okay. I like this. I like this a lot. Easter eggs. Easter eggs. Easter eggs for days. Anyway, sorry for ranting here, guys. I'm gonna catch this out in a minute here. I gotta get some shit off my chest, though. So, on the desktop version, you can only sort videos by their published date. So, even though I can't see when a video is uploaded anymore, like in order, I can't sort them that way, I can at least sensibly, as you would imagine, see which videos are published recently. That makes sense, right? So, how does the mobile version have literally the exact opposite problem? On the mobile version, you can only sort things by when they were uploaded, but not by when they were published. So if I had them both side by side, I could at least have access to both features, right? But that's insanity. Anyway, let me catch up here, guys. I'm sorry for going on a total tangent there. Open office, dude. Go for it. Check it out. I think it doesn't run Java anymore, thankfully. Let's see here. Ten out of 10. Yeah, imagine trusting the user as a software developer, dude. Maybe they assume most people won't leave their videos private for a year unless they actually want them. I missed something there. To be private permanently, yeah. Yeah, they do be assuming stuff. This kind of feature would require literally anyone at Google to actually use a computer for a normal human task. That's what blows my mind. They have a channel, guys. You guys aren't following this channel on YouTube? It's for creators. It's called YouTube Insider. It's created by YouTube staff to communicate with YouTube creators, which is a good first step. But some of the things that they talk about on there is mind-blowing. Like, how can you be that out of touch? It's like no one has actually used YouTube on their team. And I'm sure that's literally the case. It has to be for that sort of insanity to even be a thing. Like, why wouldn't you have, at a corporation as massive and as well paid as Google, wouldn't you have some creators literally on staff to give you some perspective on what creators actually need? You'd think it'd be like a requisite, right? How come people that work on YouTube don't actually have to be creators? Like, why can't you just have like some guys that run like a programming channel? Like, let's say the developers of it run a programming channel or something. Like, have them publish some kind of content so they can get some idea of what the hell YouTube even is. Oh, you guys see that fucking clipping? Yo, that was fucking godlike. They got rupees. That's kind of fun little Easter egg there. Not much of a reward, but better than nothing. That's how legacies continue. The older share porn with the younger, huh? classics. Good old-fashioned porn. Another fun time with YouTube is attempting to manage a playlist longer than about 100 videos. Yes! Yes, the playlists are fucking whack on YouTube. Get these URL hacks to do it. Never apologize for complaining about bad software. That's what I tune in, bro. I'm here. We're gonna try and find some of these Stone Eye statues. That's why we're here. There's none in there. We know there's like 4 of them up here. There's some around the castle as well. The bridge balance tactics. That was sick. That little clipping there, Brian. Kind of fell through the floor. They had a clip at a very certain angle at a time of day. Huh? I wouldn't doubt it. Some games love that shit. You can't do one without the other, huh? That's the moral of the story. Do one of what without the other? Let me see here. I think I missed it. So Microsoft gives Faust the anime forehead blood vessel. Yeah, it's maddening. Yeah. It's really annoying. Anyway, Google's really annoying. I really hate them. What do you have to say for yourself, dude? So let's, how am I taking these notes? What's the whole format I have here? I have the name of the area, like the room we're in. So what's the name of this room? Just out of curiosity. Does it say anything here? I walk out and walk back in. Took until 9:30 to get her to bed, making it difficult night. I'm sorry to hear that, 3Venge. He says she's having some problems here with her digestion. Hopefully it's not going to be a thing that's like an ongoing issue. Called Outside of the Temple of Time. I'm going to say first. I'm going to say, first statue. I was saying out loud to myself, says Faust, the other day about how I wouldn't mind being spied on 24/7 by these companies if their products actually fucking worked. Yeah, that's sort of a hot take, but I see where you're coming from, obviously. I would still be bothered, exactly. He'd be bothered, but not as much. Yeah, I think that, you know, when people talk a lot about data privacy and that sort of thing, it is important, I think, as we go forward with our society to start being more considerate of privacy. It's becoming kind of an issue. That being said, what doesn't come up a lot in the conversation is that when you have free software, they got to make money somehow. Like, would you rather pay for it? And how much would you want to pay for it? That doesn't really come up that much. So how about this, right? If your payment, if I am paying you with my data, then how much can I expect in return in terms of like software stability and functionality and sensibility, usability? Basic, like Vince always says, basic, UI, fundamentals. You would expect something in return, but it almost feels like, we're getting ripped off in a lot of respects. Surprise, surprise. Anyway, I'm sorry, guys. Let's talk this thing. Statue, what? My mask fell off. How'd that happen? Okay, I left the room, yeah. Okay, what do we got here? They say that Milan set the original record in the obstacle course of Lon Lon Ranch. All right, second statue. What do you say? Hey Joe, what do you know? They say that Milan of Lon Lon Ranch hopes a knight in shining armor will come and sweep her off her feet someday. Lore, waifu lore. Third statue. They say that it is against the rules to use glasses at the treasure chest shop in Hyrule Castle Town Market. I love hints like this. To me, that's a game design virtue that is not well understood, that I think we need to talk about more. Documentation in your game that gives you hints on how to solve the puzzles. Hints in general, but not like hints that are fed to you, but rather you earn these hints somehow by perhaps finding the hint. They say that Gerudos sometimes come to Hyrule Castletown to look for boyfriends. Is that true? Is that how they keep their race alive? Let's see here. Glad I got a Bluetooth earpiece now to stay in touch, huh? So different can actually be away from his computer and still hear the stream. I was just saying a lot of times after I read that, huh? Yeah. I'm kind of a sucker for having an Echo Show and Echo Dot in our apartment. I still like them, but I'm aware I'm putting a camera and a microphone in my home. So what's the Echo? Is that the Facebook thing? You read the book 1984, it's eerie how much I got right, but the difference being the main culprit is corporations rather than the government. Yes, for sure. Soon they're going to be one and the same. Having a good authority, says Faust, that one of the truth statues has anti-Microsoft Google sentiments inscribed. That's what I heard. They all start the same way, right? They say, yeah, they say. That's how they all start. Yeah, Milan's great. I think Milan's the best wife in this game. Most of these tech giants are heavily subsidized by the government anyway, and wouldn't survive in an actual free market environment, so I suppose it's not far off. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think that they're pretty much going to be the same thing. I think in our lifetime, it's going to be not so much of like a secret of the same thing. We're going to realize as a culture and come to normalize it, which is kind of frightening, but that's just the way it is. Gerudos search all over Hyrule for partners, huh? They cover that part of Gerudo life well in Breath of the Wild. See, we were wrong about that earlier, Through Revenge. If you were here, you probably could answer it for us. You're a huge lore nerd for Zelda. But we learned that Gerudos only have a male born every, 1,000 years. And we were like, how do they stay alive then, as a race? Or how do they procreate? I guess they must always procreate interracially. But they always give birth to Gerudo, full-blooded Gerudo daughters. Europe knows, says Vince. Yeah, I think that, in my lifetime, as a teen, as a child, there was sort of this, this sort of a tongue-in-cheek, pseudo-understanding that corporations had a lot of influence over the government. But I think that in our lifetime, it's becoming much more like a reality that we accept, much more so than, for instance, like some kind of inside joke or some kind of sci-fi, cyberpunk sort of a reference. I think it's just, it's terrifying. But corporations run our government. They're strong as heck, Faust. Those fucking strong genes. Outside the castle, on the first hill, they say that if you get close to a butterfly, here we go, while holding a Deku stick in your hands, something good will happen. There you go, did not know that. Literally didn't know that. Let's try it. It's a weird tip, Brian, and it's how I feel. Let's bomb this guy. Amazing. Gerudos travel elsewhere for mates, but generally return home afterwards, huh? That's what I'm saying. Whee! Team Rocket's blasting off again! There's 2 more of those stones around here at least. There's one on this other hill. There's one right by... Oh, there's one in the hole, right? In the hole by the castle. I would travel anywhere for big booty Breath of the Wild Zelda too, says Connor. Guys, I'm torn, dude. I'm like fucking Natalie Imbruglia. I'll tell you why. I watched my friend Einlander play Breath of the Wild quite a bit. And to me, it looked like ass. I was salty watching him play that game. I was like, wow, this game looks like some bullshit. It was everything I hate in the game's design. But he loves it. And my brother loves it. And a lot of you guys on my stream love it. And those are the resources I trust the most for, a good game. Like, if I hear my friends love a game, that means a lot more to me than if like some kind of magazine said it, right? I also have friends that are critical of the game. But the fact that you guys love it so much, consistently, makes me wonder 2 things. If I played it, would I also love it? That'd be great if that were true. But how about this? If I played it on stream, would I hate it? And would that be a real drag for you guys, as people that love the game? What's up, butterfly? It's probably gonna become a fairy, you would think, right? My daughter snores like a horse. I'm betting her nostrils. Her tonsils will need to be removed early. Maybe. It's not flawless, but there's something quite special to it. I guess Exploration is so right. How about this, guys? Would it be a bad game to stream, though? Because you guys know my feeling on streaming games that are kind of, like, slow-paced. I'll play a game that's really fast-paced and slow it down a lot. It's my personality, as you guys know. But games that are themselves meant to be, like, relaxing experiences, I find don't stream that well for me, because my hosting style depends on having shit to talk about while I play. If a game is really, like, laid back mechanically, it's meant to be, like, more immersive than, like, mechanically deep. Sometimes they don't work as well for the stream. Maybe I gotta stand still, Brian. Maybe they'll land on it. Sort of big hang-up I have with streaming games in general. I have this sort of inescapable feeling that I won't enjoy a game as much while streaming it. What I found is that that's certainly the case, at least for me. There are games I would love off-stream that I hate on-stream, and I'll sit here and complain about it the whole time I play. I'll sit here and just roast on it, and people that love the game will actually get offended and they'll feel kind of hurt by it, which I kind of feel bad about, but I gotta speak my mind when I play. And those same games I would actually love off-stream. So if I sound like I'm really being critical of a game, don't take that as me thinking it's a bad game necessarily. It's just that my values as a streamer are different from other values that I have as a gamer. Because to me, a game is not just a game to be enjoyed. It's a game to be used as a tool for my job. And if a game doesn't provide me with a lot of like excitement or things to talk about, to get hype about, to me that's an inferior game if I'm on stream. Whereas if I'm off stream, I can appreciate a game in a lot of different kinds of ways. One thing I have found though, Faust, is that games that I would actually have hated off stream, I love on stream. There are games that I would have found really, boring off stream. I'd have you guys in the chat to talk to while I play it, to give me advice or tips or share your love for the game or share some, thoughts in the game. Talk about theories, talk about, lore, talk about whatever. It allowed me to appreciate games I would have otherwise hated. So it goes both ways. What I found basically is that I enjoy games differently on stream than I do off stream. And it's kind of like a double-edged sword in that respect. So if I were you, I wouldn't worry too much about not liking games on stream that you otherwise would love. Think of it more like you're going to love different kinds of games. You'll get a different experience either way, right? It's a different kind of experience. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just a different kind of experience. Alright, I'm kind of salty. Maybe these ones don't count for some reason. Where else is there butterflies? In Kokiri Forest, right? I have tried bombing them. Indeed, you just missed it. Cool. I bombed one earlier. My newest stream game is Diablo 3. That shit's addictive and easy to run shit, huh? That's a pretty good combination I find for streaming. It's nice when a game is, like, involved enough for you to have something to talk about, but also easy enough to play while talking. It's like an interesting little line there. Kind of like Dark Souls is like my quintessential example, right? That's the best example I've found. Dark Souls is a game that is deep enough to kind of sink your teeth into, but also easy enough that you can play it while talking. It's such a great stream game. This is now driving me insane. Hard to tell if it's revenge. I do think it might be a bit weak for your style of streaming. I've seen friends play. It just seems to be a lot of, like, lack of direction, he says, as he tries to catch butterflies on a stick. And there are games, again, that I really appreciate as an immersive experience, right? That you get into them and you sit there, you get lost in that world. There are games where you play, you get lost in that world. As growing up, that's meant the most to me, more than anything. More than any other element in a game, I love immersion. But when I stream, I don't get immersed that same way. I don't get immersed. I'm talking with you guys. I'm not, like, in that game's world. I'm hosting. And so games that sort of rely on that for their fun tend to fall pretty flat on stream. My man J-Bomb, he loves him some Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, as do a lot of people, including dicks and the people that have really great taste in games. I enjoyed it, but as I streamed it, there's a lot of criticism going on there because it was very repetitive. Right? It was very repetitive, very samey, kind of dragged down. It wasn't that deep mechanically. But those aren't the things that people that love it care about. They love the fact that it's so immersive. It's a really great world. The gameplay is very cathartic. if it's not deep, it's still cathartic, right? It's relaxing, satisfying. But for me as a streamer, it didn't really work for me the same way. Well, that's cool. Let's see. Second hill. They say that contrary to her elegant image, uh-oh, is she a fucking freak? Princess Zelda of Hyrule Castle is, in fact, a tomboy. It's a fun little hint about chic. If the Dix is expert on garbage. To be honest, streaming Diablo has probably given me more viewers than I've ever had. Oh, nice. I enjoyed doing the voices, Connor. All about that weird humor for Paper Mario, huh? Yeah, I enjoyed that game. And again, looking back on it, I enjoy it more in retrospect than I did while playing it. But while playing it, there was that feeling that, you know, it was just sort of, kind of, like, brain dead. That's what I didn't like about it. I felt like as a host, I didn't have much to talk about. There was a lot of times when we were kind of walking back and forth and being like, okay, all right, I'm just kind of retreading my ground here. These fights are pretty, really, really trivial. But I love games, in my childhood, I love games like that. And again, it's because they're cathartic. They don't gotta be difficult to be fun. They can be cathartic, they can be immersive, but as a host, it works differently for me. I think that, you know, you're gonna find the games on stream that you enjoy more from being on stream, as well as less. So Connor says, I'm just waiting for these old Xbox JRPGs, then I'll stream something. We've been waiting for you. Order them, come in the mail. Yeah, I'll do it again. Yeah, I'll do another one. eBay. Nice. You guys pumped about Xbox emulation now? Because of that leak? You guys know me, I love emulation. I'm pumped about it. I'll never play Xbox games on my PC. I can't decide what I'd like to stream first. Mass Effect 2 or Thousand Year Door. Definitely stream a game that you love. Yeah, a lot to talk about. Here's my advice, J-Bomb. Not sure if other streamers would agree with this. It might be totally, you know, unique to me. Could be that every streamer does it, but they're embarrassed to talk about it. But before I was a streamer, guys, when I was playing Dark Souls, I would do practice runs where I would play Dark Souls while talking to myself, as though there was an audience. And that's why I started streaming Dark Souls kind of like on like my fourth sitting with the game. I actually played it at first off stream. And then as I got more comfortable with the idea of commentary, I kind of got the balls to, you know, turn the camera on. Or in this case, I turned the mic on. So I think what you want to do, J-Bomb, if you were like me, would just be to play the game, talk to yourself, and think about what you would be talking about. And then, you know, you might find that one of those games works better for you in that respect. It'll help you decide. It was a thing. Dix actually was working pretty well. Xbox emulation was actually working pretty well. But recently a leak came out that details in much greater detail how the Xbox worked. And it should make emulation a lot more accurate in the near future. And, you know, more, you know, true to the experience in general. So now I'm in the hole. Hole near the castle tree. They say that you may find something new in dungeons that you have already finished. Now, you know, I wrote off the hint last time. I wrote it off as being like, go back and backtrack. But maybe they mean that something actually changed at some point. Like, what if some of the dungeons actually got new features as time went on? Something really new. Connor also ordered Lost Planet 2 and Condemned 1. My brother loved Lost Planet early on. It's kind of a forgotten franchise. I gotta think about that. I gotta play Lost Planet. That's a really modern franchise. It actually had quite a few games that nobody talks about anymore. I'm glad I went and bought the Zelda Collector's Edition for GameCube a little while back. It was great to get a copy of Ocarina of Time again, and I will get around to finishing Majora's Mask. Collector's Edition? What is it? By the way, still mad none of you guys showed up for Dix and my Farming Simulator stream, huh? Fucking Farming Sim streams are real. Let me bomb this guy for J-Bomb here. Hold that. Oh, cool! Hit the ceiling. I tried Pokemon Sword on an emulator a while ago. It worked surprisingly well. Then I remembered it was Pokemon and got bored and stopped. Yeah, I've heard that Switch emulation's pretty strong. I guess because Nintendo, developed their consoles so sensibly. They're very easy to emulate. Like, I hear that, of course, GameCube and Wii are both, among the surprisingly stable emulators of their generation. And likewise, I hear Switch actually works pretty well. Wii U. It was a super secret stream, Dante. We removed all evidence of it happening. Okay, that's all of them around here, I think. Lila-dee-do. Lila-dee-do. So am I forgetting any of these statues, guys? I don't think so, right? There's no more in the field. There's no more in the castle town, right? They're not in the castle town anywhere. There's none in the Temple of Time. It's got Zelda 1, 2, Ocarina of Time, and Majora's Mask on a GameCube disc. Wow. Sick. Do, boo, ba, do, do. Okay. Cool. Before I go on and go to Lon Lon Ranch, looking for these statues, let's go back to Kokiri Forest and run around the stick. Ganondorf Jr. style. My name is Ganondorf Jr. And I will beat you with a stick. Well, I can't leave. Well, that's fucking bullshit. FR. There's a follow somebody. I'm sorry, it looks a little bit hazy. You know what I'm thinking, guys? How come I don't have that Alex animation anymore? Remember the animation that popped up people follow? What happened to that? I have to look at that tonight, I guess, if I have time. Thank you for the follow, Mitch1014. When I was a child, guys, my best friend was named Mitchell. Mitchell Wardell. He died a few years ago. Long after we fell out of contact. I talked to his sister and he's like, oh yeah, he died. He just died suddenly in his sleep. For no reason. Was it a follower animation or is it for subscribers? I think we had one for both. We have two different ones. So that was a nice story. Yeah, it's something I think about sometimes. Okay, let's see here. He was my best friend for like 4 years. Seems like longer though, of course, right? That was my elementary school. The time when, the days are the longest. We used to play war, ride bikes, all the classic stuff. Wrestle. He always wanted to be in the Air Force. He always had dreams of being in the Air Force. And guess what? He went into the Air Force, he joined the Air Force, and he was a star in the Air Force. Everybody loved him. He's considered to be one of the, one of the most, passionate students. He was well liked, very social. And then one day he passed away in his sleep. Probably not, Ryan. Maybe Streamlabs or whatever you use for notification pulled some head ass. That's my thinking, Faust. Some kind of internal ass glitch. Okay, so I don't think there's any stone statues out here, right? I'm gonna look around the perimeter here. I'm sorry, D. Scott. Rest in peace, dude. It's gonna be very painful. It's a big adjustment. Life goes on. We talked earlier in the stream about how, things change. Sometimes things change in your life without any fucking warning. And there's, it's change that's for the worse. Something that you love, something that you had, is suddenly just removed. People are durable, though. We endure that kind of thing. And we find that if we keep going, there's something that comes, we find new things in our lives that we're glad that we, kept going for. I have, you know, friends in my timeline, friends in my personal life that, you know, have been predisposed toward hurting themselves one way or another when, you know, life gets them down. Whether it be literally physically injuring themselves, which is a tragedy. Others seclude themselves, hurt themselves emotionally, drink, otherwise, you know, find a way to punish themselves for the way they feel. But the fact of the matter is that, you know, you gotta treat yourself well because something good is coming. Things happen all the time where you lose something good in your life, it's just gone. But if that's where you stop and say, I'm done with, you know, I'm done with life, essentially, because I can't, you know, I can't stand the loss, you miss out on the stuff that comes that's actually good. Is this a glitch? No, it's a texture. I don't know, it looks still kind of glitchy, though. What's up, Alcino? Welcome aboard. Kind of secludes himself. I hardly ever let anyone break through the wall. Yeah, people do that for a lot of reasons. It's a self-defense mechanism. A lot of people find that, you know, again, that there's this sort of thing that I think a lot of people develop early in childhood, where you realize if you don't have anything to lose, then you can't lose something. Losing shit hurts. It seems like it hurts even more than getting something. Like, feels good. So why not just give yourself nothing so you can't lose anything? But that's doing disservice to the fact that there's so much good out there to find. Sometimes you gotta, it sounds cliche, you gotta take the good with the bad. You gotta take the suffering with those moments of inspiration and joy, goodness, relief, warmth. You can't deny yourself those things because you're, you know, afraid of what happens when those things are taken away from you. I've been learning that the last few years myself. That's why I've been relatively, you know, happy for the first time in a very long time. You gotta be vulnerable, you gotta be patient, you gotta be durable, you gotta be willing to, you know, assume the best and be ready for the worst. So there's really no statues at all at Lon Lon Ranch? That doesn't seem right. But I guess, I mean, I can't think of any off the top of my head. Fly says, I missed the last Thirster tournament. I heard it was great. Glad you heard that, dude. I'm glad people enjoyed it. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was fucking awesome. It was super sick. We had a generals tournament. We had a bunch of players. We had 30-some players, 31, I think, players joined up. And we split into 2 teams and fought to the death. Corn had a pretty bad depression as a kid and almost did the deed a couple times. And my life is fucking awesome now. I'm really glad I didn't do it. I'm glad too, dude. It's crazy, dude. There's a lot of pain in human existence. But that capacity for pain is the same capacity we have for joy. It's just, you know, being a human is just wild, dude. The human mind is just so dynamic and excitable. Sometimes that excitement is, you know, weaponized. Other times it's something that, you know, makes this totally random, bizarre existence we have something that's like fascinating and inspiring and worthwhile. People have argued for, you know, millennia about, you know, does life have meaning? Do you have to make that meaning yourself? Where does it come from? What is meaning? I think that the answer is as simple as, you know, life itself is a bunch of objects with not a lot of depth to it. Pretty much just a bunch of randomness. But it's the humanity inside of a person that makes it interesting, makes it meaningful. And it's that same capacity we have to give meaning to the meaningless that can make things so profoundly painful. I need to fire, but I don't got a fire. How come oh yeah, I'm a child. I have to use a spell, I guess. I don't want to hit that guy, though. How am I supposed to? Is there a torch somewhere? I don't have fire arrows. All I have is this fire spell to make fire, I think. So I gotta use it. I don't want to trigger that. I don't want to hurt that guy over there. Exactly, Flag. I keep moving forward. Some people don't appreciate what they have around them until it's gone. I think that's true of everybody. I think it's hard to appreciate what you have till it's gone. Because, you know, you come to see it as something that's in your life, you know, as something you take for granted, right? One thing I find fascinating about human perception is that as someone that spends all of my time in this bedroom that I stream from, I don't even see any of this stuff anymore. Like all the things I have here, I don't see. I don't perceive them because I take them for granted. They're just going to be there. And it's the same with people in your life, like, you know, friends, family, you know, your job, your hobbies, your health. All these things are things that you have every day that become part of the background. And once they are taken away from you, only then do you realize, oh shit, like how much you've relied on that thing. And it's sad, but it's only natural, I think, too. It's good to try and be mindful, but you can't blame somebody for not being mindful when there's so much in life to keep track of. The damn deep combos, Mitch. We're fucking playing Ocarina of Time, dude. It's that kind of game, man. It makes you thoughtful. Speaking of 3S, if the Logan's fundraiser tournament is going to be on 360, are you streaming? Yes, I am, Brian. I'm gonna have to get a hold of 360, which I don't think is gonna be very difficult for me. I have a certain anxiety about that, but it was not my choice to make. So I'm kind of trying to absolve myself from responsibility in terms of its success, which sounds kind of sad, I know. But I almost feel like the decision to what platform to hold it on was made independently by a party that doesn't really appreciate what goes into these sorts of streams. Insofar as, you know, it was the choice of the community, the Chicago scene decided on. And by the scene, I mean the TO from that scene. And they chose it, I feel, because that's the most fun version to play on, perhaps. But here's my expectation of what's going to happen. The party that chose to play on 360 might join us. I hope they will. But who else from that scene is going to come play? Hopefully quite a few. But I feel like it's not going to be anywhere near as populated as our previous streams in that respect. I'm afraid that that wasn't a consideration that was well kept in mind by the parties that decided on that. What's up, Kaiju? You're talking about 3S on 360. Yeah, we're having a fundraiser tournament, Kaiju. Not next Tuesday, but the Tuesday after that. It's going to be a fundraiser for an arcade in Chicago. And when we win these tournaments, we've had this idea of asking the community from that scene what platform best suit them and their players. And Chicago, as much as I love the Chicago players, there's sort of this stigma about Chicago players that they don't oftentimes come out to events. And so I almost wonder if it was an error to sort of put that responsibility on them to say, what platform will you guys come and play on? I feel like it would have made more sense perhaps to stick on PS4. But again, it wasn't my decision to make. So we'll see how it goes. I think whatever happens, even if it's only 5 players, Vince, we're going to make it as hype as we possibly can, right? We'll run sets. We'll run some kind of longer, sort of long-form tournament. But yeah, I hope that whoever was the TO that decided on this really understood the consequences of that decision. My ex pushed me away, says Doc here. I understand from a mental health standpoint, but life is too short for constantly pushing everyone away. I still care for her and her family, but I gotta move forward and keep living. I think you're right about that, Doc. Where am I in this game? I'm so busy talking, I lost track where I am. I am, oh yeah, haven't I been here before? Yes, I've been here before, okay. I was so busy talking, I lost track of what I was doing. Yeah, so I already took someone out when I was doing the Hyrule Field stuff. I gotta go to the Gerudo Valley. That'd be nice, Brian, if you could make it. I think that, a few players play on 360, and if we promote it hard enough, we'll be able to get those players to play with us. I hope. But it's not gonna be a 30-man tournament like we've had. And to be fair, not everyone's ideals for an online tournament are the same as mine. My concern, pretty much first and foremost always, is getting as many guys involved as I possibly can. To me, it's all about getting new players into the game that otherwise have been too shy to play in tournaments. or players that felt like they had no one to play with on PS4 or other platforms. Kind of get them out of their shells to kind of learn about how much fun it is to play with other people. I think on 360 we're going to have a higher level of play, I hope, than we're used to having, even if the actual player base is smaller. It's not so good, Connor. It's online, Kaiju, yeah, it's online. Does nobody have a PCB? Yes, we're talking about an online tournament here. Kaiju. Sunday! Guys, I started promoting it today on social media, finally. Pizza and a Movie triple feature this Sunday. Cary Grant. We're watching a film called His Girl Friday, followed by a film called Penny Serenade, and finally Charade. 3 films, 1 star, Cary Grant. He's a Hollywood hunk in his time. Can I get on top of the waterfall? Oh no, yeah. Not close. What about Third Strike, Mitch? So Mitch, you're new here. We're streaming Zelda here 4 times a week usually. Our channel is actually known more for a game called Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. It's a fighting game by Capcom, in the Street Fighter franchise, of course, from 1998. We play it here every Tuesday. It's a really awesome game. We do a lot of long plays here too. We're talking about a game, Third Strike. So this is on Gerudo Valley, by the waterfall. Nice to meet you, by the way, Mitch. I'm David. How'd you make it? So Jim has a rematch here goes. That guy embarrassed me the other day. Yeah, Mac was pretty strong. I was a little bit salty. My internet cut out last time, says Faust. Yeah, that's really rough. That just happens, bro. You know me. That happens to me all the time. As a full-time streamer, that shit happens. It's fucking salty. It's hella salty. What's up, KD? Welcome aboard, guys. How's your stream, dude? Playing some 3S, I hope. Talk about it right now. I only wish 30th for PC held up well. I think that it holds up, as well as you could hope for such a flawed version of the game to run, dude. It's a nightmare. So what was D. Scott say here that I missed that Brian's agreeing with him about? Maybe something about His Girl Friday? So D. Scott said, His Girl Friday's a great movie. Yeah, Brian did mention that. Got some matches with the homies, huh? That's what's up. That is truly what's up. Taking a note here. I overheard this. They say that the thief named Naboru, who haunts this area, is a Gerudo. She's sexy as fuck. Yeah, it's rough. It's pretty ass on Steam. But it is... It depends on who you play with, just like on PS4. Right? I'm inclined to feel like the way... I don't like the way that Steam handles the lag as much as I like the way that PS4 handles it, but I don't like either one. I wish that it rolled back consistently, like a 360, right? Excuse me, like a OE. Whereas on PS4, it doesn't roll back at all. Thank you for the gift sub, Bones. Welcome aboard. This is from KG's stream. Kaiju said I played 30th on PC on Debo's stream last night, and it was all over the place with crap. Yeah. The thing about Steam version of 360 of 30th is that it has poorly implemented rollback. It doesn't synchronize correctly. And because it doesn't synchronize correctly, it means that there will be one-sided rollbacks. One player will get rollbacks and one won't. Which also means that instead of having, 2 players with moderate rollback, you'll have 1 player with extreme rollback. Which is frustrating. It's a bug with the synchronization. Which sucks. And I prefer PS4. But on PS4, when it lags, it just stutters. Because there literally is no rollbacks. Of course, they advertised the game when it was being launched as having rollback netcode, which ended up being literally a lie. Like, in order for it to be called rollback netcode, it would need to roll back. And what's really bizarre is that kind of like how the PS4 version has the same sort of bugs in the lobbies that Steam has, but much more rarely. Likewise, on PS4, there will very rarely, like in my experience playing the game for a year now, like once out of 100 matches, you will fight a match that will roll back. Thank you. I think you remember Brian. So it's capable. It's capable of it, but it's bugged out in some way where it just won't do it in the vast majority of matches. Anyway, yeah, I think if you had the right player on either platform, it'd be fine. Kagi says the room freezing, music speeds up and slows down. Yeah, it's just disgusting. Fuck Digital Eclipse. Guys, let me take this moment here to talk to you guys a little bit about Samurai Showdown Collection. They have an awesome trailer that came out. You guys are pretty hyped for that, right? Don't be hyped for it, guys. Stop enjoying shit. Cut it out. It's developed by Digital Eclipse. It's gonna be, at worst, the same shit as 30th was. But I was talking to my friend Roadkill about this, right? At best, it could be much better than 30th because finally Digital Eclipse has some experience. 30th was their first time making a net-based fighting game. They had never done it before, ever. So now they have some more experience. Also, let's keep in mind that Capcom as a publisher has a lot of responsibility for the situation with 30th. It could very well be that the reason why 30th sucks so much is that Capcom didn't give Digital Eclipse the time to make it work right, and also, of course, they didn't pay them to fix it. They could have probably paid them to fix it, and they probably would have, but they didn't. So it's really Capcom's fault. But let's be clear here. Digital Eclipse is an incompetent developer. They're incompetent. But not only are they incompetent, they are shysters. They're thieves. They are known to steal software. So I watched when 30th first came out, right? I watched a video from a game developer conference, GDC, where Digital Eclipse actually had a panel where they talked to other game developers about what it's like to be a game developer. Basically, they talked to like beginning game developers about what it was like to be more established. And they said very overtly in this panel that they get their business by approaching a publisher like Capcom or SNK and saying to them in a meeting, there's no reason not to re-release your old games. It's a cheap way to make money. We'll do the job for you for an amazingly small sum in a very fast time. So they get that work by making that sales pitch. And they say that the reason it's so easy is that all you gotta do is write a port of MAME to a certain console, like PS4 or Xbox One, or PC, or like a Steam or whatever. And then you can play the ROMs in that game, right? In that collection. So why would you not re-release it if it's really that simple? Right? And that's very true. And as someone that's involved in game preservation, that makes sense to me. But here's the problem with that, guys. If you guys don't know, MAME is open source software, which means it's developed by hackers for free for the benefit of all mankind, including guys like me and you that love retro games. Right? So shout out to the MAME team. They're godlike. They don't get paid for their work at all. They are living legends. And what's really cool about MAME and other open source emulators is that it not only means that you can play it for free, but also other developers can take that code and repackage it for free. And they can improve upon it or port it or do whatever with it for free, which ends up benefiting you and me, right? Which is awesome. But there's a catch. The only catch with using open source software is that if you do repackage it and redistribute it, you must also then pay it forward by releasing your product for free, right? It doesn't mean you can't have a paid version, but it does mean that if you do sell a paid version, you must at least make some effort to notify your customers that they could also get the source code of that, which means they could compile their own version if they're nerds, for free. Right? That's the only catch of using a GPL-based code in your project. There has been no Digital Eclipse game that's come out where they have said anywhere on the manual or the case or on their website or anywhere that says that they use MAME and that you can download their emulator, the source code for it, on some website, right? So as far as they're concerned publicly, as a corporate body, they write their own emulators, but they're a team of like 5 guys. And their games have come out, on Steam and on PS4, emulating NES games, CPS2 games, CPS3 games. Now they're going to do Neo Geo games. Those emulators take years to write by massive teams of highly skilled hackers. So they are not developing these softwares. In fact, if you go watch that conference, that panel they did, they come out and pretty much admit openly that they just use MAME. So they're software thieves. They're like a team of 5 guys that take open source code, port it to a console, and then cheaply sell these collections to publishers. It's fucking infuriating. On top of being fucking incompetent, they can't design a fucking UI for 30th. They can't do the netcode correctly. It's maddening. It's maddening. Sorry for that rant, guys, but I do want to stress that whether or not the netcode for this SNK collection ends up being better than 30th, don't buy Digital Eclipse games. They're fucking creeps. Anyway, guys, let me catch up with you guys here. Yeah, fucking Capcom, dude, 30th broke my heart. Yeah, for all I know, Brian, the lobbies could be better, but I highly doubt it. They're creeps. All my homies fucking hate Digital Eclipse. I'm saying, dude. Fuck them. Yeah, fuck Digital Eclipse, KD. Seriously. But yeah, so if you guys didn't know, it's very important that, as a consumer culture, as lovers of video games, new and old, that when a trailer comes out, you kind of take interest in who's developing it. In the case of SNK Collection, I saw that they were like, oh, we're adding in some, concept art, and we're doing some music. I was like, oh no. So I looked into it, and yeah, it's a Digital Eclipse game. They always do that kind of bullshit. And yeah, so that's what it says in the end. So yeah, guys, if you guys are hyped for that game, just stop it, dude. Stop having fun. Stop being excited about things. What was I going to say here? We're in Lake Hylia now. And we are by the waterfall. Have you not seen the original rants? Katie knows all the rants, dude. He knows all the rants. Why would anything good ever happen? They say that there is a secret on the road that leads to Lake Hylia. Okay. I knew that. Yeah, guys, in all seriousness, though, again, great things happen all the time. And y'all should go out and download RetroArch, for real. And support your local benevolent hackers, guys. If you guys are not really into like software development, you guys don't know the whole deal about open source and whatever, you guys are not really nerdy like that, let me clarify for you guys that all these emulators that we use are developed for free by guys living in their mom's basement. They don't get no payment or no recognition even for it. For your enjoyment of retro games. Why? Because they love retro games. Why does Digital Eclipse do it? Because they're fucking greedy. They have no love for retro games at all. Or for the community. If they did, again, they wouldn't be stealing software. And they would show some fucking respect for the games they port. Shout out to fucking 30th. Go play games on emulator that you love. Enjoy them immensely. And don't support these corrupt corporations that just want to prey on your nostalgia by putting out a cheap cash grab. It's fucking madness. How would Digital Eclipse handle a ninja castle, huh? Dude, I don't even want to know, bro. They couldn't even do it. And they have a very small team, a very, very small team of guys that, for my money, from looking at their products in the past, I can't believe that they're actually developers. Like, are they really developers? Like, did they even... I don't know. That's what I don't get. Like, look at the goddamn menus for 30th. That's such a fucking hack job. I don't think any of those guys that work there must really actually be programmers. They're just some fucking scrubs. Just that don't play retro games, problem solved. Only play modern games. Are they even humans, Neon? That's what I'm trying to say, dude. Are they even humans? Or are they dancer? Because if they're dancer, they're gonna go fucking dance. Stop trying to make games. Okay, so there's 2 of these ones on the corners. Corner of Lake 1. They say that Ruto, the Zora princess, who is known for her selfish nature, likes a certain boy. No. Not a certain boy. But yeah, I'm salty. For real, there have actually been some pretty good ports of SNK games with good netcode lately. But I fear that this is not going to be one of them. My boy. Yeah, Brian, they're talking about the secret, no, actually, I don't know. I don't know, Brian, maybe you're right. Maybe I should go check. In my mind, I thought it was going to be a ghost. A ghost secret. That doesn't make any sense. They usually talk about, they talk about Stone of Agony spots. I don't think I found a Stone of Agony out there. Look at that, Mark of the Wolves. Yeah, that's what I've heard. It's got good netcode. I believe that fighting games will never have good netcode. But maybe you're right, Connor. And that's a big part of it because, you know, games never have good anythings. These publishers have totally backwards priorities. Corner of Lake 2. They say that the chicken lady goes to the lakeside laboratory to study how to breed pocket-sized cuckoos. Okay. I have not played it, Kaiju. No, not online or not even on offline. Check out twitch.tv/PovertyGameNight, guys, for Mark of the Garou. Or Garou Mark of the Wolves, excuse me. Yeah, PGN loves some Garou, but I haven't played it. I heard it's pretty good, though. Cuckoos, dude. Shout out to the cuckoos. Anyway, guys, wow. What a rant. KD. Hope you had a fucking good stream. You said you had fun. Playing with the homies. Some sweet, sweet 3S. Glad to hear you enjoyed it tonight. Yo, Bones! Get the fuck out of my chat, dude. We love KD in this chat. If you guys don't like KD, get the fuck out of here. We play on the Friday Night Kumite, too. Really, Kaiju? You played Garou? I didn't know that. One of my friends won Evo one year for Garou and says that a version is total garbage even offline. That's a shame. There's no stone statues in there. There are no more stone statues around here, I believe. Push the KD button, Bones. You gotta be careful here. Taylor's like, heads for the door, dude. Goodbye, guys. 83 strong, Bones. He is indeed. Okay. So there's no statues out here, right? It's like, I'm about to head out, dude. It's decent on Steam, I think. I have the MVS card, and of course, nothing beats that. He hit me with some Alex shit I'd never seen tonight, huh? Curious what it was as an Alex player. What I find interesting about KD's Alex, he likes to use jab a lot. Which I find interesting. Because it's a button that hits a unique spot, spacing-wise. And that's something that KD really excels at, is applying pressure at some very subtle spacings. In general, in 3S, you can't really use light buttons as tools in neutral, unless you have a very subtle understanding of space. So any player that uses light buttons as a tool in neutral to kind of shut down their opponent's startup, I always find that very impressive. Go ahead, 3-bench. Safe as fuck got the full combo. Hard knockdown, light knee cross up. Hard knockdown, light knee cross up? Oh, you mean he knocked you down, then light knee till he landed on the other side of you? As you got up? That's interesting. That makes sense to me, Bones. Wow, I've never thought of that. Let's see if we can find a Stone of Agony spot out here. I doubt we will, but if we do, my god. This could end up being everything. So it's frame perfect, huh? Yeah, I'll bet. Hey, good night, Faust, if you're going to bed. I get the impression that Faust was joking. But I don't think 3 venges. But if Faust is going to bed, good night, dude. It was a pleasure having you. Yeah, Faust is just going to hang out. But But I bet you 3-bit is dipping. Hopefully he has a good rest, and hopefully his daughter does as well. She's going through some health issues right now. It makes her kind of rough sleep. Ass Milk was there. Dude, I'd love to watch that set. Ass Milk versus Bones? Oh man. Ass Milk versus Bones Sean? That's a set I would watch. Or how about, you know, I'd rather watch Ass Milk versus I don't know, what could be better than Ass Milk versus Bones? It was Yang versus Alex. That is very much in Yang's favor. But Alex has a lot of damage and Yang has a very small health bar, so there's always that. Good night, Neon. He's bouncing for real. Sleep well, dude. Dee 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 dee. Dee 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 dee. Sleep well. Oh my god! Oh my god! Could be it, guys. Last heart piece. Guys, bless RNG in the chat, please. Thank you, Faust. You fucker. You fucker. How dare you? Give me a fucking heart piece, you son of a bitch. I will sell you a piece of heart. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Gorilla's coming down on you real hard. Oh my god. Oh my god. Gorilla's coming down on you real hard. Shout out to Brian for being like, what was the secret out there? I was a fool, dude. I was too busy yakety yak and not using my noodle. I was like, oh yeah, I found plenty of secrets along the road. Not thinking about the fact that those always talk about, you know, those hints always talk about Stone of Agony spots. And I hadn't found one on that spot. I'd found a bunch of ghosts. Faust knew it was that piece. Too busy to yakety yak and not coming back. So the stone statues thing actually worked in a sense. Again, if not for Brian's hint, I probably would have wrote it off. Which is ironic because, again, I was really waiting for one like that. I mentioned before I was hoping to find one that talked about Stone of Agony spot. But wow. No, Brian, I appreciate that. Again, if not for the fact that I was so busy ranting, I would have thought of it myself. Because I was really looking for those tonight. I was trying to find them to talk about Stone of Agony spots I had missed. And again, when he said that, I was like, oh yeah, I've already found that spot. Not realizing that, again, I was thinking of other secrets, but not Stone of Agony. Only doubled the playtime. Well, might as well follow through now. You've talked to most of the stone statues. Wow. This is supposed to be one of those Deku Scrub salesman things that actually was sick, huh? Yeah. Yeah, it was actually worth doing for a change. Fully hearted finally, guys. Yeah, for sure, J-Bomb. Right time there now, it's 1:47, guys. Let's set a date for tomorrow. It's our last stream of the week. Let's beat Ganon tomorrow's stream. But right now, let's go through and get the remainder of these stone statues. Just so we got most of them documented now. Think of your effective health with all heart pieces, the armor magic, and 4 bottles of fairies. Yeah, you could literally not lose. That's what Brian was saying earlier about this game's, you know, overall ease compared to other Zelda games. You guys have seen that, you know, trying to play while talking is not as easy as you might remember. But I'm also not, you know, using full fairies. If I were, it'd be quite trivial. Even though I'm, you know, been sucking ass at it. But yeah, I feel like this whole defense power-up is a little bit overkill. Like, there's so many hearts in this game, why do you need to have a defense power-up? Like, it literally doubled my fucking hearts. But, it's whatever. You know, it's a reward for those that are going out of their way to find everything. How says catch the fish? I don't know, Brian. I don't know, Connor. That seems like a pain in the ass. I guess I could watch like a video on how to do it. You said it's in a certain spot. Just seems like it'd be really salty. Anyway, so let's go back to the Valley and make sure I didn't miss any of the stone statues there. Then all that remains is to do the Child Link dungeons. right? We'll have explored every single area in the game except for the Child Link dungeons for more for more of the Stone Eye statues. That shouldn't take that long. Yeah, go ahead and explain it, Brian. If you want to explain it right now, I'd be happy to read about it while I play this. I'm not really sure I want to fuck with that fish, but maybe you can change my mind. It seems like it's gonna be really tedious. Even if we have time, but we do have time to do it. We have today and tomorrow to do it, so it wouldn't be that hard to accomplish it, no matter how tedious it is. But just in terms of like fun level, I feel like that would drive me insane. Let Brian and Bones be your guide. I got the heavy lure already, Bones. Yeah, I got the sinker. I got the sinker. But he wasn't interested in the sinker. This fish. This magic fish. There's probably some trick to it, based on where he is to catch him. If I had to guess, I'd say it's probably very timing delicate. What I found was that there were certain times where it would go to the surface to swim around. If I had to guess, I'd say that's probably where he's catchable. But he's only up there for a little while. That's where the tedium comes in, it would seem to me. Let's go, Connor. Serenade us, dude. With the Song of Gerudo Valley. Nothing. Nothing at all? Just a single rupee? Okay. Okay, so there's no more statues here. Which means that we can go to the dungeons in order now. We have done every area, every non-dungeon area, right? I'm pretty sure we have. Yeah. No. Not quite. Not this. Not the Spirit Temple. Well, let's go to that one first then. So that's No, that's that's the one for the Kakariko. Oh, the other one sounds kind of moody. No. I'll have to look it up. It only appears once every 4 times you pay to fish. So you can pay and exit 3 times. 3 times. The 4th time you pay, he'll be there. Since he was there last time you played, that makes the part easy to know. You need to pay and exit 3 times. Yeah. Interesting. Don't remember how that goes. There it is, okay. I wouldn't have remembered that. How much does that chap want to bet this person who joined this fence server named Cute Little Girl is actually a 35-year-old man? I don't know, dude. It really is a cute little girl. Protect her at all costs, guys. Gotta protect her from the other 35-year-old men. Let's go look for an eyeball. He spawns by the lily pads. You don't need the sinker lure. Sinker lure has 4 possible spots it can spawn, so running around to find it probably scare him away anyways. You can Z-target him as long as you don't scare him into the middle of the pond. Okay. Fast is all in on this bet, huh? I'm saying you gotta assume, you gotta give him benefit of the doubt, Faust, and protect her at all costs. Ow. So I'm looking for holes I can fall into. That's about it. I'm pretty sure there's no Stone Eye statues in here or any dungeon that Child Link has access to. But, I mean, there's one in Inago's Cavern, so I might have to look around, I guess. Ooh. What up, Bray? So now we are in outside of the Spirit Temple. Far corner. They say that the treasure you can earn in the Gerudo's training ground is not as great as you would expect, given its difficulty. That's fucking hilarious. That is totally hilarious. They programmed to say that. Wow. If you scare him into the middle of the pond, it takes 15 minutes of him going up to the surface and diving back down to return to the lily pads. He will ignore your lure in the middle of the pond. So you only have to do it fast, and you have to do it when he's by the where he spawns, the lily pads. That seems really annoying. Like, no player would figure that out without a strategy guide, but whatever. Sounds like it's not that hard then, at least. If you know how to exploit it. Wow. Okay, so before we end today's stream, we gotta get this fucking butterfly stick thing to work. So I'm gonna carry forwards for that. Before I go in there, this is probably insanity, but I almost feel like there might be one in the center of the desert. It seems like a remote possibility, but I kind of can vaguely remember that there might be one there, so I might as well check. Probably not. You'd think there wouldn't be one, but what if there is? It would be cool if there was stone-eyed statues in the Gerudo village, but there's not. You wear the iron boots and blue tunic when you enter the water. Z target. Oh, sorry, I think I turned around. Z target him in the lily pads and cast your lure. Feeding by fish, they'll probably grab the bait first. If you press anything, like yeah, scare him off. Yeah. I gotcha. All right, sounds doable. Let's knock it out, Brian. We'll do it tomorrow before we start the game. We'll do that along with the butterfly thing. Tomorrow's stream, guys. Butterfly thing, catching a fish, kill him, get it. Dicks tomorrow. Be patient, bro. I'll beat it tomorrow. When a fish releases the lure, they go to the center of the pond for a whole minute, approximately. That makes sense. Come to think of it. After they're both cleared, you can cast again and reel that fucker in once he bites. Let's go. Sounds easy peasy. Patient, I've watched you fuck around for the past month. Has it been that long? It probably has been. Oh, wow, that's crazy. Probably longer than that, actually. So is there one down here? Is my thinking up one down here? No. Okay. Let's go to the Spirit Temple and look around a little bit. Then we'll go do the Deku tree, I guess. Look around there. Look around Dongo's cavern. Look around Jabu Jabu. Look around the well. We'll be done. I don't know, it's run off into the sand. Kinda got far out there. Okay. Let's go to this temple here. How are they gonna gate my progress in here? You think I can get pretty far in here? What do you call this thing, Dix? Try something? The gate? Like Stonehenge instead of a try, like some other word for it. Ooh! Katie, we got the last heart piece, dude. Trilith. We found it, Katie. We fucking found it. It was fucking crazy. I'm glad we did. Oh, look, let's like block it off nicely. It was in a Stone of Agony spot, just outside of Lake Hylia. And in the game's defense, one of the Stone Eye statues told me about it. A Stone Eye told me where it was. I would have missed it anyway, because I foolishly, when I read that, I kind of wrote it off. I thought they were talking about like a ghost, basically. He said there's a secret right outside. He said there's a secret on the road to Lake Hylia. And I was like, oh yeah, I already found that secret. I found plenty of secrets on the road. Not realizing that, you know, they're talking about a Stone of Agony spot, and I actually hadn't found a Stone of Agony there yet. But Brian was like, oh, did you? Are you sure you found a secret? And I was like, you know, Brian said, what secret did you find? And I was like, oh, yeah, I'm thinking of ghosts. Yeah, that hint usually means the Stone of Agony spot. Okay, I'll go check. So Brian saved the day there. But yeah, and the game's defense didn't tell me where it was. Dicks, alright, I'm smart. Oh. But rub them, he did. Do I always rub them, dude? That's how the girls love me. ABR, dude, always be rubbing. Thank you, Katie. Brian Bless, yep. Doody doo 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 doo. Nada. Okay. So right now we're just basically exploring the dungeons again, just going through all the rooms. Looking for the remaining stones, if there are any. For all I know, we've already found them all. But there might be one or two more somewhere. Yeah, the fucking ceiling masters, if you want to call them. Kitty's gonna make some food real quick for the stretch run of the stream, huh? For the stretch run of this stream. Yeah, we're gonna be ending here probably in a little less than an hour, if I had to guess. Hope so. Yeah, it was Dix. Yeah, this is the child sword. As a kid, you can't use the master sword. All I have is a little Kokiri sword. It's pretty weak. That's half the damage of a master sword. Ow. Ow. Here we go. That shit's funny as fuck to me, bro. Biney! We did Bashful, yeah. With Katie's help, we did it. Likewise, very obvious solution. But I was just too dense to get the hang of. Skeleton warriors. So I go through here? It's a pretty small little area for Child Link. Oh. Oh, what's all this? Why are there tiny boxes here? Guys, this is that Matt McMuscles put out a video recently about Skeleton Warriors. He had the same exact trajectory we did. I mentioned on a previous stream, guys, that I watched Matt McMuscle's video on some kind of ninja game on PS1, where he fights a skeleton warrior. When he sees the skeleton, he goes, and then guess what? His next gameplay video was of him playing Skeleton Warriors, which means certainly that he saw a Skeleton Warrior, which brought to mind the song, which brought to mind the game, which he then played, which is our same exact trajectory. Is his real name Assmilk? I hope so. Bashful, of course it is. Hope you're right, Bashful. God, I hope you're right. Excuse me, boys. Where are we going? So, there's a switch right there. That's interesting. Cut it out, you creepers! Like, bro, they ain't even hurting you or anything, bro. What the fuck? What? That's fucking bullshit. Bombshoe, go! Maybe you're right, Brian. But I doubt it. What the hell's that switch? Almost made that treasure appear. That's why it won't re-trigger now. Already triggered. Oh my lord! It scared the fuck out of me. Where'd you come from, asshole? Jesus. It's untriggerable. This game looks good as fuck sometimes. Pretty cool sound effect, very satisfying. Alright. Oh wow, there sure is a lot we can do here. Wow, I'm just kind of surprised by that. We have gone the fuck in. Okay. I don't have a hook shot anyway, you can go over there. Can I go through this door? I can. So what's weird is that the doors are opened that I opened in the future. Even though I'm in the past now. But hey, I'll take it. Makes it more interesting. Okie dokie. So can I get up on this side? No, I cannot. At least not from here. Let's try pushing this guy into that that button. I should open the door above me, I think. It's been a good night. It's good to finally be done with this game. But tomorrow we're going to begin and it's going to be great. Then we can move on to Majora's Mask and maybe even move on to a different franchise finally. If you guys are just joining us here, we've been playing Zelda for a long time. We have been playing Zelda. We played Zelda 1, then Zelda 2, then Link to the Past, then Link's Awakening, and now this. All, you know, in sequence. In release order, exactly, bashfully. Play them in release order. And after Majora's Mask, we're going to finally give it a rest. We'll say that we've played all of the retro classic Zelda games. That's been our objective here. We're going to stop after Majora's. Come back some other time and play more Zelda. It's a great franchise. I'm looking forward to playing more on stream one day. Just not in the near future. Once Majora's is done, probably move on to some Sonic real quick. Probably not for that long, to be honest. Just play a couple Sonic games. And then, who knows what? What do you want to see? What retro franchise should we play? Dragon Warrior? 1, 2, and 3? Oh my god, that'd be sick. 1, 2, 3, and 4 are the NES games? Are we going to start with the 3D releases? Bashful, we've actually played Sonic games on the stream before. We've actually played Sonic 1 already, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, Sonic CD, Sonic and Knuckles, Sonic Spinball, all the Game Gear Sonics. And that's it. So all the Genesis, oh yeah, and Sonic and Knuckles Chaotix. So we played all the Genesis Sonics already, all the mainline ones. And we played Chaotix on 32X. We played Game Gear ones. All we're missing now of the old school games is Sonic Labyrinth on Game Gear, Sonic 3D Blast on Genesis, and that's about it. Maple Story. Good night, Connor. Have a good rest, dude. Glad you could hang out tonight, man. It's always a pleasure. You always brighten up the stream. Stop it. Let go. Gunbound, Bip Story 2, Bip Story 2, huh? Bip Story 1 and 2. That's the series we should play. The ultimate release order. Digimon? Digimon World? No way, that'd be too weird. But maybe it'd be hilarious. We have all kinds of cool options we could do. The rest of Ocarina. Easy. We can do anything, dude. Tenchu? Tenchu 1 and 2 at least? I like Digimon World Series. Probably wouldn't like it today, though, huh? I remember loving the first game, but it was very bizarre. Didn't get that far in it. And never played any of the games after that. Look how far we're fucking getting here. This is awesome. Pokemon? We gotta keep playing Pokemon. Honestly, Dix, I don't know. Dix is joking because we played Pokemon Yellow on stream and I fucking hated it. It was one of my most hated long plays. Even though I loved that as a kid. People say that, you know, Generation 2 is like the best, or one of the best, so that could be really fun, but I doubt it. If I said the first game was good in Digimon World, but the sequels are pretty bad. Tilt and Tumble, yes, how about that? Honestly, I know you're half joking, but you guys know I've wanted to do a Kirby Run Back, where we go back and play the ones we didn't actually fully complete to my satisfaction. In the near future. Maybe not right away after Sonic, but in the near future. Because I'm not joking. Yeah, I still want to do, what was it? Star Stacker has things left to do, Pinball Land, and Tilt and Tumble. Oh yeah, and Dreamland 3 on SNES. Metabot series and GBA. Guys, I'm open-minded. Honestly, that's what's so great about, you know, not only being a gamer, but being a streamer, is to think of all the cool experiences we could share with each other. Like, there's so many cool games we could play to reminisce or to introduce new players to. Games that are kind of obscure, for instance. I was kind of jonesing for Mega Man Battle Network a while back. But I'm kind of working it through my system already. Not sure we need to play Battle Network. It could be fun though. Yeah, Brian's down for Dragon Warrior. I love Dragon Warrior 1 and 2. I never beat 2. As far as I got in the series I beat 1. It's one of my favorite games of all time. And then I got pretty far into 2, and then fell off. 1 is one of those games that actually changed the way I look at games. I played Dragon Quest 1 as an adult, and it just blew my mind how far game design has stepped back. Instead of forward. There are things in that game that many game developers could learn from today. One Step from Eden is a modern game that takes the Battle Network format and threw in a roguelike framework. Yeah, that's why I've been thinking about it, Bashful. You know, Battle Network has been kind of talked about a little bit lately because of that game, One Step from Eden. Maybe I'll go back and play Battle Network again. That'd be kind of fun. Oh, hey, here I am. Okay, so as far as I get. Tomb Raider to D-Sky? You know, I've never played Tomb Raider D-Sky. That could be a good way to experience it for the first time. I played Tomb Raider 1 and never quite beat it. And I never played another Tomb Raider for that, ever. Turok is Bashful. Never played Turok before. I'm not really into first-person shooters. It's not my genre of choice. But I heard it's a really good one. I played Duke Nukem 3D on stream as like my first ever FPS playthrough, like ever. And I really enjoyed it more than I expected. I thought that game was fucking awesome. For all I know, I fucking love Turok. Probably would, to be honest. I could play Duke Nukem 3D. Never actually beat it. We beat the first episode. It took so long, you know, with my slow play style. I felt like, you know, I beat it. But there was, you know, it's only one part of the game, I guess. LA Meltdown. It's like episode 1, basically. Duke 3D episode 1. I think Turok would be, I think that Tenchu would be fun. But, you know, anything's fun. So a lot of it's fun. So many games, a little time. Let's jump like Ass Milk said. Yeet! No! Ow. I dig you playing tension after seeing you dig into the stealth in this game, huh? Stealth is one of my top genres that I love. Okay, let's go to Kokiri Forest. How does the song go for the forest? It goes... It goes, do 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 do. No. Do 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 do. Is that this one I'm at right now? It is, isn't it? That's the fucking... Oh no, this is the one for the lake. Oh, it's Blur of Fire. Okay. No. The Minuet of the Forest is what it's called. I know it has that motion. A, up, left, right, left, right. Oh yeah. Thank you, Faust. Okay, so now we're in the Lost Woods. A good place to find a butterfly. The jam. This is weird. I must have talked to that guy, you would think, right? You would hope. I don't remember him. I forgot what you're doing. Got caught up in the new game talk, huh? Yeah, we're just going through and talking to all these stone statues. I want to make sure that I didn't miss anything in the dungeons. In this case, we're going to go to the Great Deku Tree. Do 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 do. Ow. Ouch. I'm looking for butterflies in the meantime. One of the stone statues said if you approach a butterfly with a stick, something good will happen. We tried it and nothing good happened. But maybe those ones didn't count because they were, like, clustered together? Doesn't they usually are clustered together, right? Oh, how about in the holes? They're oftentimes in these holes, right? The butterflies. That's a good spot to find them. Right here, maybe even. Okay. Fetch my stick. No. There's the Deku Scrubs here. Ah, the stick? I don't think so, Brian. Well, we can check. I'm pretty sure only Kidlin can use it, though. I don't know. No, you're right, Brian. You're right. Right? Sure. You can light it on fire and walk it places. Pretty sure as an adult. Sure. Yeah. Well, we're doing a couple things, Katie. One is we're going through trying to find the remaining statues, if there are any. We have explored every inch of every map as Child Link now, except for inside the dungeons. So we might as well wrap it up with the dungeons. They're not that big for Child Link. Come here, you little fuck. Touch my stick. Touch my stick. Dragging the game out as much as possible so he doesn't need to think of more games to play, huh? You know me too well, Dix. Because I love killing time. No, I think what asked me is KD killing time. It's not a good thing. You fox. Approach a butterfly as adult Link with a stick, maybe. Only when you're an adult. What was the exact wording of it? Let me see here. Ooh. They say that if you get close to a butterfly while holding a Deku stick in your hands, something good will happen. Well, you know, I've really not been getting close to a butterfly. I've been making my stick touch them. I'm pushing them around. I wanna push you around. Come here. Fuck. Nothing. Butter or not, I'm pretty sure they don't need to be churned. Wow. Time you enjoy wasting is not wasted time, huh? You'll be right. If you like stealth, Splinter Cell is cool. Alright, guys. Thank you, D. Scott, for bringing that up. Who of y'all has played Splinter Cell? What do you guys think of it as a franchise? Time you enjoy wasting is still wasted time. You just enjoyed wasting it, huh? Maybe. I need to get out of here. I gotta go this way. I've only ever played one Splinter Cell game, the first game, and I didn't really care for it that much. They're Tom Clancy games, kind of, yeah, but they're, you know, Tom Clancy doesn't mean anything. It's just the name of a guy. He's like a writer. They're not like first-person shooters. They're stealth games. They're Metal Gear Solid, basically. In fact, you could argue that they're MGS clones based on when they came out, but they're very different in the fact that they don't. It seems to me that a criticism I've heard of Tom Clancy, Splinter Cell, is that they're very linear, right? You have to get from point A to point B sneakily. And I wanted them to be more like Metal Gear Solid, like kind of explore, find stuff, and sneak around while doing it. They're all rights as Faust. But I played a game, I think it was a Tom Clancy clone, it's a Splinter Cell clone, called Stolen on PS1, PS2 that is. I think it's pretty underrated, it's like one of those hidden gems. Stolen was godlike on PS2. And no one knows about it. I paid like $2 for it. It was great. That being said, maybe I would love Splinter Cell if I give it a shot. I tried playing the first game, like I said, and I was kind of like, meh. But it could be fun, especially on stream. So let's look out for potentially hidden rooms, bombable walls, and in general, try and find us some of these stone statues. If I had to guess, there's none in here. And if I had to guess again, there would be none left in the game. I think that the only one there is that in a dungeon is that one in Dodongo's Cavern for some reason. But hey, maybe we'll find one. And it could have a really cool hint or some lore. My favorite one so far, you guys probably will agree with me, is one that said that the owl's name is Kapora Gabora. To me, that's fucking sick. There's a little bit of lore there. The rest have been cool. I mentioned earlier that I am really hype about games that include hints or mechanical documentation in the game itself in some fun way. I mentioned a few minutes ago that Dragon Quest I or Dragon Warrior on NES changed the way I look at games, because in that game, every NPC in the world gives you a hint on how to either advance the game or find optional treasure. Which, once I played that game, it blew my mind. As someone that grew up playing JRPGs on PS1, and Katie knows this, I grew up loving the balance between towns and dungeons. I loved the flavor text. I loved talking to all the NPCs. But there's a dark side to that, which is, well, one dark side is that I have this compulsion as an adult to always talk to all NPCs now. Like, I have to talk to them all to hear what they say, even if it's usually boring. But the other downside is that it is just lore. It's meant to be immersive into the world. And I find as an adult, I find it much more interesting if the talking to the NPCs itself can be a part of the gameplay. And what I found was that in Dragon Warrior, they found a way to do that. Which is by making the NPCs crucial puzzle-solving elements. In Dragon Warrior, I felt like a detective in town, because you really cannot advance that game unless you talk to the NPCs and take their individual hints and piece them together. One might say, you know, the boss is behind a brown door, as an example. And you write that down. And then in a whole separate town, an NPC will say, you know, there's a brown door in, you know, the water dungeon. And so there's a certain reward that comes from the fact that now I've pieced together where the boss is. They found a way to make NPCs more interesting than just flavor text. Now, should every game be as extreme as Dragon Warrior to have no NPCs that have flavor text? I don't know. But how about give me some NPCs that have flavor text? That have hints. I love when games do that. I love games that reward you for exploring every inch of the game without penalizing you for doing so. Yes, I feel the same way, Katie. What's up, R-Revolution? Isn't it past your bedtime, Benka? Almost. It's 2:24. I have a little bit more time left here. I like when in Metal Gear Solid 4, when Otacon tells Snake to change to disc 2, huh? MGS4. Yes. Yeah, when you're in Shadow Moses, you mean? So odd thing is, I actually like what they did with Castlevania 2, where some NPCs explained how to solve the really cryptic shit in the game. Others just said shit that was bullshit and gibberish. I think that could work. Yeah, Brian said, odd thing. He knows right away I'm going to be critical of this. It could work as long as the ones that are bullshit are immediately bullshit once you try them. I wouldn't mind getting a fake hint if I could go try that thing and then it wouldn't work and I go, okay, it was a fake hint then. Right? That way it kind of gives you something more to try, right? It gives you a lead. Because, in a real detective story, you'll get a lead, it'll be a bad lead. Right? I actually really understand that. That makes sense to me. My hesitation about that, though, would be when the hint is something that I tried, and I wonder if I tried it in the right way. Like, I can see how a certain bad hint might torture me for a very long time because, I can't just write it off as a bad hint. It could just be that I misunderstood it or something. The original Shenmue, huh? Just stick detective vision into everything. Doesn't help, dicks. But yeah, I mentioned that because whenever I play any game that has NPCs in it now that talk to you, or I'm sorry, I got off on a tangent here. I mentioned that because I love in-game documentation and hint systems. I love how this game, for instance, you have these stone statues that give you some lore, sure, but also give you some really clutch information on where to find treasure. And I feel like more games could use that instead of relying on wikis and strategy guides. You could be very cynical and say it's by design to sell strategy guides. But to me, it's a way to make exploring more rewarding, right? Never even heard of it, Katie. Psychic Detective? Never even heard of it. But yeah, you know I love exploring games, right? Why not create a new kind of treasure in a game for me to find? Which is itself a hint to find more treasure. And that's kind of what Dragon Warrior does. You explore the towns, find NPCs, talk to them, and the reward is that now you know how to get more treasure. Or, in this case, advance the game. One thing that really pissed me off about the Pokemon franchise is that in Pokemon, you don't know how to evolve anything or where to catch Pokemon without looking at a wiki. And there are so many NPCs in that game's world that say nothing of interest. Why not have them talk to me about Pokemon? That's what I want to hear. It's an interactive FMV kind of like a Death Trap dungeon, but the twist being you are a detective who discovers he has psychic powers. I can't remember anything other than the game being super fucking weird. Huh? That's a good reason to give it a shot. But yeah, I think that, when I talk about, in-game documentation as like a game design ideal, but I don't want to talk about like NPCs that talk to you about give you hints, but how about, I wish more games had things like bestiaries or, stamp books or really anything that records what you find in the game and where you find it. Like in this game, I kind of wish that, as an example, it had some kind of screen I could check that showed all these stone statues I found and what they say. it'd be hypothetical. It'd be like on this page, right? I'd scroll through it like this and go over each stone statue and read what they said. Like, I already found them. I talked to them. I kind of wish that it would document itself, right? So I wouldn't have to write it down. I can see how that's not that interesting for most players, but it kind of adds not only a fun collectible aspect of the game, but it adds some more, again, something I can look back on. I can review what they said very easily. It's like Second Sight, huh? That game was cool. I feel like the pace of it didn't really work for me that well. I have nothing to add to this chat, says Asmel. It's a pleasure having you, Asmel. What the hell's this? Oh, that's the boss room, probably, I think, huh? Okay. So, I came from over there. There's a door over there, right? Sure there is. There's the door right here. I'm a spam big naster. Spam him, bro. There are worse faces in the world than seeing Big Nasty's beautiful mug in my chat. Okay. So here's where I found that that totally hidden optional room, right? Yeah. Well, might as well go check it out. They were wanting the stone statue hints to be more of an obscure thing you weren't necessarily supposed to know about, so adding them to menu screen might be... Oh yeah, you're right, Brian, sure. But you get what I mean. You make a good point. I don't think that literally everything has to be documented that way, but I do wish in general that games had what I call, internal documentation. Stuff in the game that records what you do and what you find, so you can very easily review it. I mean, they can only add the screen once you get the first one. You know what I mean? If they want to make it like more secret, once you've talked to the first statue, you could add to the screen. But either way, yeah. Just saying, I wish more games had something like that. Or how about, just stuff like mechanical documentation? I wish more games had that. How about, like, in Dark Souls, I wish that there was a way to read about how many iframes you had at certain levels of agility. Just stuff like, just give me more documentation. Whether I make it or whether it's based on the game itself, but either way. I'm gonna try to find a copy and stream it, huh? It says for PS1. I wonder if it's worth money. I've never seen it, to my knowledge. Could be rare. Ow. This game looks so 90s, and just based off of the intro alone, I want to play it, huh? So your sis played when you were a kid. Milado. Ow. I don't think I've ever played an FMV game. At least not on stream. I guess I played a game called The Seventh Guest, which some consider to be like, the quintessential FMV game. The Seventh Guest. This room looks kind of weird. Is there like a hidden wall here I can smash or not? Oh, wood sound. That's kind of nice. Okay, here I am here again. Whee. Oh, I gotta kill him so I can push this block. Hit me or not? No. So what's with this block? I gotta push it to get out of here if I wanted to get out that way. Games that map your, games that map where you walk. I like that shit. Oh, I gotta lower the water, right? Back flip! Oh, the D-boost! Oh my... oh, wait a minute. It's actually... I can just swim across. Never mind. It's a weird little bug in this game. Wait, where am I? Did I get sent back? I didn't get sent back. Right now I'm somewhere new. That was weird looking, right, Faust? I backflipped while phasing that away. Got hit, get sent flying that away, and it appeared that the momentum that I got from the like knockback, when I landed, I like leapt off the edge. I wasn't even holding direction. It was like my flying momentum carried over into a jump. 4.5. Oh, I'm back here. Okay. Cool. Gotta jump in the hole now. This is a little... I mean, what's the lore behind this? Interesting. New speedrun strat discovered. Backwards long jump, dude. Kind of was, right? It's like a backflip long jump. Oh, gross. I remember this part. Cool watercolor. Is this right before the boss room? Yeah, it is. Okay. I remember falling and landing in the boss room. The lore is that there's some wood sticks blocking that hole, huh? That's probably where he shits, right, Faust? That's my lore for it. So the Deku takes a dump. So that still works. I like the fog on the ground here. Very moody. I remember getting here as a little kid and being like, nope! Too creepy. Goma too scary. Faust played this game in adulthood. He's probably still like, nope! That shit lore, ass milk. The best kind of lore. Alright, mission complete. Up next, Dodongo's Cavern. Just gonna run through it as fast as we can. Then we have Jabu Jabu. And finally, the well. Tomorrow we'll go fishing. We'll try and molest a butterfly with Adult Link and a stick. Then we'll go begin and call us a game. Awesome game. And with the Majora's Mask starting next week on Monday. I have played Majora's Mask for a couple hours. I'm not totally new to the intro of Majora's Mask, but I'm pretty new to it. Like, I played this game like 100 times as a kid. I played Majora's Mask once for a few hours in adulthood. Didn't get that far. Go Link, you must gather all the collectibles. The fate of the world depends on it. You don't really have to, though, to save the world. It's just for fun. Whee! That little sound those fuckers make when they attack you. They're very amused. So, guys, I recently learned that Mega Man Legends came out before Ocarina of Time, which blows my mind. Because I played this game way before I played Mega Man Legends. That recontextualizes a lot of achievements this game made, right? In terms of its innovation, its legacy. Mega Man Legends is, like this game, a fully 3D polygonal open world, heavily based on NPCs. It's also got Z targeting in Mega Man Legends, which is crazy. They're both, you know, dungeon crawlers with, you know, light RPG elements. You know, you call them action adventures. That's pretty crazy. What's up, Aegis? The best. Is someone getting the best? The best. The best. The best. The best. Remember that meme? The pre-internet memes. The best. Everyone remembers. Legends is a great game, Katie. It's an all-time favorite for me. Because yeah, I do love me some Foo Fighters. Who doesn't? Not me, honestly. I'm not a huge fan of Foo Fighters. When I was, also a classic from the same era. Okay, so we're looking for more of these Stone Eye guys. What was that pre-internet meme we were talking about the other day? We were talking about some. Oh yeah, we were talking about fucking Newgrounds and DBZ Harry Potter. Oh my lord. Understand. Can't sleep on Everlong though. Everlong. I have never heard of Everlong. What is Everlong, Brian? Oh, is that the name of a band or an album? Yeah, Legends is great, but it really blows my mind. It's a Foo Fighters song, thank you guys. If I heard it, I'd probably recognize it. It blows my mind to think that it came out before this game by a whole year. Oh, look at this. You can see where it's flowing out of. That's cool. I didn't know that. How is stick with a new Jet Grind / Grind Radio be, huh? Jet Set, yeah, Jet Set or Jet Grind. It'd be the best, the best, the best. Did I talk to this one? I don't think I did talk to this one, did I? I think that was on the other side. Maybe I'm wrong. They say that Gerudos worship Ganondorf almost like a god. Alright, so that was when I talked to you. Maybe I haven't heard it. It just doesn't sound familiar with those lyrics. I'm not a huge fan of the Foo Fighters. That whole... I'm not really into rock and roll that much. Excuse me. Excuse me, little baby dongos. What's in here? Anything cool? Yeah, I mentioned that before. There's a bug where when you first enter a door, you can't go to first person. You have to wait like a second. It's kind of obnoxious. It's not a huge problem, it's just kind of obnoxious. You can tell because you still call it rock and roll, huh? Yeah. You know what I mean. It lost the end roll in the 80s. You know what I mean. Guitar music. In general. That's how I think of it. Guitar music. Excuse me. Excuse me. That's some kind of weird bone sticking out here. It's crazy. Come here, big guy. This game is so fucking good. It's generic guitar music. There are a few exceptions. I don't know what it is. Fenka doesn't even listen to music, he listened to the AOL dial-up tone on 24-hour repeat, huh? Dude, I would. They should put that on Spotify. Excuse me. Okay. This is really cool. This game's so cool. You wanna fight me at all? Yes, no, maybe so. Favorite genre? Like... I don't know. I guess if you had to be really broad, like hip-hop, I guess. If I had to pick one, I'd say hip-hop. I'll tell you why. Because as an art form, hip-hop music can have so many different sounds, like in terms of the beats. It's such a broad genre qualifier. And I love, you know, that sort of rhythmic music. gorillas, TV on the radio. They're both very eclectic sort of acts. Things that are sort of... Yeah, I don't know. There's probably a better genre qualifier for it. If there is, I don't know it. But I would say hip-hop. If I had to pick one. Okay. What's in here? Oh. Better hide, you piece of fucking shit. Harvenka, down with the hip-hop. I'd say most of the CDs I own fall into that genre. What genre is Radiohead? Harvenka's in the chat. Oh wow, I actually hit him? What? Dude, I'm a fucking doofus. What? I thought you had to fucking put a bomb in their mouth to kill them. So I get behind them. Harvenka. Can't block that with this shield. Navi! Oh, you fucking bitch. Guys, I love this game. But let's talk about Z-targeting and how fucking bad it is. I remember Z-targeting from my childhood being a lot better, because it was kind of innovative, right? I later learned, of course, again, very recently, that it wasn't that innovative. It was already done by Big Gun Legends. But it's a fun idea for, you know, fighting in 3D, if you haven't played a 3D game before. But God, is it fucking finicky. It doesn't fail as a concept, it fails in execution. Like Navi. Lock the fuck on. Yeah, they evolve later on. I prefer their, you know, their more contemporary stuff. So the question is, you know, what do you call that style of music? It's, you know, it's probably a word for it. And if there is, that's what I like. Prog rock? Is it really progressive rock, though? Like, I love me some prog rock. I think when you say prog rock, it implies music from a certain era. And I don't think it sounds like... I mean, it is progressive, and it is kind of like rock. But I wouldn't say it's prog rock. Get him. I think it's more like pop. But I'm inclined to think that way. Pog rock? It's a big umbrella. See, I never thought of it that way. Maybe that is, you could consider it to be that, and be in the right. Alright, so we explored one side. Let's try the other side. Indie rock. Yeah, that's sort of one of those kind of... That's a genre qualifier as well. That sort of implies that sort of a experimental-ish modern sound, some more pop infusion. Indian rock goes hard. Yeet! Alright, so what's over here? What's over here? Anything around here I want to talk to at all? Treasure chest. Diggy scrub. Interesting. Sick. Okay, Deku Shield, sure. Did you name a band and then follow up with you? Probably never heard of them though, huh? Who? Yeah, man, that Two Knock 2. Did you name a band and then followed up with you? Probably never heard of them though. Telling a girl as an indie rock. Oh, I see what you mean, yeah. You probably never heard of them. I was like, yes, Katie, yes, I did. The good old days. Indian rock? Heck, you guys hear that latest jam by Chief Crazy Horse and the TP Orchestra, huh? I recently heard that some Native Americans prefer to be called Indian over Native American. And that's one of those reasons why, you know, I totally agree with the idea of being careful of how you generalize or label people. But I also think that, you know, there's never going to be a single label that everybody wants to have applied to them, which is totally sensible as well. So you got to be patient with people. Always be patient with people, because people aren't going to know what to call you. I enjoy anything from bluegrass to bands like Judas Priest, huh? You got eclectic tastes. I likewise enjoy a lot of styles of music. If I'm in an environment where that music is, you know, being played. But in terms of music I will actually buy and play, it's relatively narrow, like really narrow even. I enjoy all music. I love music. But for me to buy it, it has to have a certain kind of sound to it. Anybody here listen to Death Grips, says Asmo. Never heard of them, Asmo. Whee! Sounds like gripping death. So I vibe with that. Twitch apparently doesn't want me to watch your stream anymore. Have a good night, Faust. Shout out to Twitch. Rest well, dude. Sorry that maybe you didn't hear this, but in any case, good night. We'll put it in the chat. Good night, homie. Good eve, Faust. Dick says Faust is clearly joking again, huh? Let's get to know who he is. I played Death Grips on your stream, Katie. Because I bet you have, Fast Milk. I bet you have. Okay. Just re-exploring stuff. I really wonder if I got every single one of these eye guys. They're the kind of collectible that you really could very easily miss one, but at the same time, you can also not very easily miss one. They're really not that well hidden most of the time. But it makes you wonder. Could I have missed one anyway? Whee. Come here. Guys, speaking of music, I found out that with that newly announced Gorilla's Almanac, their little another graphic art collection they're putting out, it's being bundled with a CD version of Song Machine, which pleases me immensely. I hope that it's not a totally phoned-in, compressed release. Time for surgery is bashful, huh? Death Grips. There's a certain type of internet humor that the younger generation fucking loves giggling over that just makes my face go, what kind of humor is that, Katie? What is the style of humor? Excuse me. They're very small dungeons when you're a child. Millhouse tier memes for me, huh? That meme goes way back. I remember that from ancient 4chan. Ancient 4chan. That's a hell of an old meme. One of the originals, I would say. Because I too hate when kids like things. Yeah, same here. Whoa, did I see that? That was sick. Okay, says fucking kids. Jim hates kids in general, huh? I love kids. That's why they don't let me hang out around the elementary schools anymore. Childhood joy ruins everything for me, huh? But specifically Death Grips, huh? Why? That's a meme I was sort of aware of. But I mean, I never really got it. Or the jump scare memes. Do kids really love those? That seems like that was when me and you were already in like in our mid-20s. That was already a thing that was pretty popular. Maybe even more popular than it was with them. I haven't seen a jump scare meme in fucking forever. I'll put it that way. And there was a time when they were all over the place, and that was when fucking I was a kid, basically. That ska music, huh? I'm not even sure I've ever really even heard ska music. I don't like Death Grips for the memes or humor. I genuinely enjoy their music. It's bashful. Memes exist because comedy evolved, says Our Revolution. I was trying to explain to a friend of mine what a meme was, literally. And the definition we came to was that it's something that is... It's just an inside joke, right? It's the evolution of an inside joke. It's kind of like when we were all in, middle school, and we were all quoting SNL all the time. That's all a meme is. But now that we have, the social media, they propagate a little bit differently, usually with an image instead of just with a catchphrase. I think it looks like the kind of guy who plays guitar at a local coffee shop, huh? I wish, dude. That's kind of what I'm doing right now, actually. It's like punk with trumpets, huh? I'm sure I have heard it. I'm aware that's what it is. But I can't think of a song off the top of my head that I've enjoyed that would be considered ska. Alright, do I have to shoot something to make this go out? Excuse me, boys. You should totally see how fucked your femur is, bro. I totally pushed you off a roof for the lulz. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more epic pranks. Yeah, I cannot stand prank streams. And KD, or prank videos. And KD, your argument is perfectly valid. I can see why you wouldn't like pranks because of their, overly violent nature. And not really being like pranks at all so much as just, stupidity. But first, I must point out that is that different profoundly than something like Jackass. But more importantly, let me say this. I hate prank videos because you cannot convince me that it is not entirely staged. For all I know, it could actually be legitimate, but I would never believe that. Even if it were true, which I'm pretty sure it's not. They're all, as soon as I can't stand fucking magic. I can't stand TV magic. I hate TV magic. Like Chris Angel or David Blaine or whoever. Because it's just, magic done on a stage or, done on video is like so fucking easy. Mind free. Don't push people off buildings, KD. No, KD wouldn't do that. He's not into prank videos. He's saying that, other people would. And they love it. And the audience loves it. But yeah, it's staged. That's what I can't stand about it. It's the fact that people won't... It seems like an insult to my intelligence. It's an insult to my intelligence. That's what I hate about it. Doesn't mean KD wouldn't shove somebody off a building, just that he wouldn't record it. Maybe you're right, Bashful, yeah. I'd push you off building first, Julius Bomb. Whoa, come on, dude. Come on, be nice to J-Bomb. He's sensitive. Julius Bomb. He's like, sorry, dude. I didn't mean it. I mean, I did mean it, but you know what I mean. Didn't mean to call him Julius. Julius. Oh. I gotta get over there, huh? Oh, I see. Well, this is fun. Me-la-li-la-lop. If that same puzzle was in a modern game, would it be really annoying because of how fucking basic it is? I love it in this game, but I kind of feel like I might be giving it a benefit of the doubt for its historical significance. Like, aiming at a thing and shooting it, is that really, like a fun way to solve a puzzle these days? Maybe it is. Brian, excuse me. That's better. Tomorrow night, right? Tomorrow night's what? Like, comment, subscribe to me, jump off various buildings, huh? Man, he won't have to push me after that slaughter. I might just jump. We're beating this game tomorrow. What the hell is this? That's cool. Giant Dodongo, when it sees red, a new way to go will be open. After Jib, I'm into Kuroda, huh? Tomorrow. Oh my god. Let's go, dude. I want to see it. You ever seen the Cabra-Nero effect? No, what is that, D-Sky? So did I already go over? Oh, I can jump up here. Okay. Oh, fuck. Come on. Come up here. Keith says he's going to turn you into the 3S's strongest player tomorrow, J-Bomb. Not sure I've been over there yet. Froda is the strongest 3S player in the world. Can I blow you up? I have a theory about this. He's a Chad, but never mind that. Most famous player says ass milk. But it's all you turn into a Japanese schoolgirl. I get interest Kuroda. More fucking around tomorrow. Interesting. I want to play Artaise again. That dude was pretty good. Artaise is pretty good. I think people sleep on Artaise. I think that if he were to play more competitively offline with stronger players in general, oh, he fucking paid me a bribe. That was cool. I think that, you know, he would definitely not take a lot of wins. But for playing intermediate level players, he's one of those guys that definitely would be competitive, I feel like. It's a TV show where the host does magic tricks pecting people. Unsuspecting people, huh? Yeah, but they're not unsuspecting. They're actors. They're actors. You guys could never attribute that to me. I heard it from someone else. Kid Rhoda. Okay, so I've explored this whole place now. Except for the actual entrance to the boss room. Can I get there somehow easily? That'd be ideal. I don't want to go that way. You know, the more actors, they still come to Magic. No, they didn't, though. They're usually on the street. Ass milk. David Blaine, there's other actors. They do people on the street. That's the idea. They're unsuspecting. They had no idea it was going to be a thing. There'd be a magician there. But they're actors. David Blaine is real, though, Katie. I really don't doubt that David Blaine and other magicians do an awesome magic act in front of unsuspecting people. Happens all the time. Like, I think that, you know, the most impressive magic is the magic you see in person. People do it all the time. But what I do doubt is that when the cameras are rolling, those people are unsuspecting. It's definitely, you know, Chris Angel has certainly been outed. All the Mindsick episodes are all done with plants. That much has been confirmed already. And I'm sure it's the same for any magician that would perform on TV. Not even because they're afraid of, you know, messing up. Of course, they could just edit that out. But more because they can do more spectacular magic than what they could do if it was in person. Because all I gotta do is have some guy say, whoa, whoa, fuck, how did he do that? You could do anything. It's the lamest kind of magic. Me and KD could fucking do a show where I fucking go, whoa, and you could be like, whoa, how did I know the card was 6? Wow, it's crazy. You've spoken to my mind. Like, it's stupid. I love that bit when David Blaine would levitate on the street, but they'd only ever show the reaction of the person he was doing the trick for. I know that trick is done, guys. I've actually done that trick. I did that trick for the amusement of my friends and family. But yeah. Your magic show stream, ass milk? That'd be sick. You make balloon animals? No, Katie, I hope you're fucking not joking, dude. Because if that's true, that's fucking godlike. I gotta go this way, huh? I gotta go up. I gotta go this way. Look for a book as a kid. That's fucking sick. Must have got fucking mad puss. No. No. Okay, well this is where I came from. I love balloon animals. Whenever I go to fucking carnivals and shit, that shit always gets me hype. Oh, is this a button down here or something? It is, okay. The ladies love balloon animals. Let me into the fucking hole! Girl. Okay. Oh, it's gonna take it off. Yeah, guys. This way. Okay, now we're talking. I can make a Subway sandwich disappear. Does that count as magic? Depends on how fast it is. That's the threshold. Yeah, I love magic, guys. I love magic acts. That's part of why I'm so salty at TV magic. To me, it really cheapens what makes magic acts so much fun. Which is the illusion aspect, right? The whole point of magic is that, you know, you're facing a guy from a certain angle, right? And from that angle, you can't see that he's doing this, or this. With a camera, that's way too easy. You can always choose where the camera is looking at any given time. You can edit it afterward. And it's not even you getting fooled. It's some random guy on the TV. It's an actor. It trivializes everything that makes magic great. I can do the same J-bomb, but even better, I can make it reappear like half an hour later. Though not quite in the same form. Wow. Can you imagine, dude? Fucking hearing a fucking magician behind a bathroom door. Ta-da! Like through the door. That'd be sick. When the Ghost Adventurers did that live stream? Abracadabra! Ta-da! Alright, let's see here. We're fucking mature as hell tonight, guys. It was a disaster. The Ghost Adventurers did that live stream. I'm glad not know what that is. What is the Ghost Adventurers? If I wanted to see shit KD, I'd just play some 3S. Wow. Alright, so what's this? Let's go to that button. Yes. Okay. It was like shitting on stream. Whee! Good sound design. Hip! Ah! Hip! Yeah! Yes, sensei. Yeah, for it's kind of a bad look. It's kind of a bad habit some developers, players develop early on. They mean it usually, at least at first, as self-deprecation for fun. But it ends up being kind of a problem if they get overly reliant on it. For two reasons. One is that it's, you know, disrespects your opponent when you win. If you say, oh, I'm really ass, and you beat them, then that implies that they're even more ass than you. Which is not a really great look. Furthermore, it's it implies a certain egotism to overfixate on how good or bad you are. If someone talks a lot about, you know, how good or bad they are in a game, it's this mentality that they're thinking too much about, you know, themselves and their own insecurities than they are thinking about getting good at the game itself. Ghost Adventurers was one of those shows with a group of guys that would go to haunted buildings and record a bunch of bullshit making it seem like there were ghosts there, huh? Yeah, like every Ghost Hunter show, exactly, yeah. That's what Brian means. Ass Milk took a win off my Dudley tonight, huh? He's come a long way. Ass Milk is fucking sick. I remember when I first met Ass Milk, I was like, man, this guy ain't got shit. He's just a fucking typical online Urian, tackling headbutts. He ain't got fucking shit, dude. But then I saw Alex play a few times, and I was like, wow. Ass Milk is fucking sick. I love it. Ass Milk versus Black Jalapeno? I'd love to see that. I believe them, but see the false point. I can see both sides. You are saying you're a fan of the Ghost Hunters type shows? Is it Remy? Oh no, we got Remy now? Of course. Talking about ghosts. Remy's got to show up to defend the ghosts, right? Hope you have a good night, Remy. The Carbonaro Effect is an American hidden camera practical joke reality TV series. The show debuted on April 1st, 2014, and is currently airing on True TV. The show is hosted by magician and prankster Michael Carbonaro. He performs tricks on people caught on hidden camera. So the setup, he might be a dog grummer and accidentally vacuum up a puppy, huh? I see what you mean, yeah. One of those, yeah, like one of those prank shows, like Katie pointed out. But in this case, with a magician to also make the pranks more fun that way. Must help the ghosts. Someone's got to. Somebody's got to. Yeah. There's no way that a prank show of that tier is real. I'll tell you why. As if prank shows and magician shows already weren't suspect enough. Those prank shows that have really elaborate pranks, that shit costs money to like set up and execute. That's kind of a big investment. Just hoping you're gonna catch a reaction that's you know, does what you want it to do. It makes much more sense to just pay someone to go, whoa, what the fuck? In a highly convincing manner. You can already hear the sound because it's below me. But yeah, again, that's not really my thing. If you guys enjoy that, let me take nothing from you. But to me, shows like that just seem very incredulous at best. Incredulous at best and insulting at worst. Okay, folks, sleep good. You too. Good night, our revolution. Rest well, Holmes. It's my cool belt. I never noticed that before. Okay, so it's now 3:11 in the morning, guys. Oh, it's late. Let's go to the well and save Jabu for tomorrow. Because I'm quite sleepy. The well's pretty small. We set up a hidden camera to catch this certain reaction from a certain dude we totally have never spoken with before, filming him without his consent in a controlled setting from, yeah. You could be forgiving and propose that, you know, they offer them money afterward to air their footage on TV. But if they were to decline that offer, then you have to re-record the whole prank and hope they get a reaction half as good, right? Like, this is not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Thank you for the follow, Ignitus4237. That's a good dungeon for him to follow. We just got done with the Django dungeon. Ignitus. That's a good name for a OC. Fuck. Here. Reminds me of SNL skit where someone told Chris Farley that wasn't real sugar in his coffee. I think I know that skit. The deep cuts, dude. Chris Farley cuts. Okay, so we're here at the bottom of the well. Let's have a peek around for a stone eye statue. This place is the place where you have to use the eye, right? Rest in peace. Just peeking over. The map is complete, thankfully. We just have to explore the map. Okay. Look at this dude. How about the Song of Storms? Do 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 da do da do. Nothing. Bizarre. See, my fear is that this is not going to trigger it either, which would make this the only. This is the only skeleton, or you know, green Navi. Oh, for real? Look for the Eye of Truth. That's what they are saying. Well, there you go. That explains what he's for. So Navi actually talks about it. Bizarre. Skeleton warriors. Aha. There's a hole there. Skeleton warriors. Skeleton warriors. Okay, you guys are just joining us here. We're peeking around trying to find if there's any, just even one more stone statue, a statue of truth, if you will. The one-eyed statues. I doubt there's any more left at all. I think we found them all. But to be safe, to be complete, let's just look around. Give a little peekaroo. A little peekaroony. We're so close at this point to having explored the whole map again as Child Link. Might as well wrap it up. Nice sound effects. Millennium. Fun sound effect. Oh shit, from a ceiling master. Oh, I must have escaped his domain. Nothing over there. Oh, there's something over there. No, I walked in that way before. The secret tech. I think no one has triggered secret tech aside from Brian, who gets to cheat. Oh, KD, it reminds me. I want to make a new command. I need your permission. I call it... I haven't decided what it's going to be called yet. But I'm going to demonstrate it on stream here. Give you guys like a preview. Let's see. Close your eyes. You got to use your imagination here, guys. Let me see here. Ooh. Poop shitter? Pretty good one. The forbidden tech. That says I only know doubt. That's a good one to remember. Let's see here. So how about... Yeah, I know where it is. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, here it is. Okay, let me do it like this and like that and like this. Transform, fit to screen. Knock it down a couple of levels here. You ready for this? Alright. Somebody type exclamation mark, is that all, question mark, into the chat, please. Like, is that all? I might have to reimagine the command. I need some advice on the command. Thank you, Asmo. Here it comes. Wait for it. Thank you, KD. Oops, wrong one. Algorithm's not showing. Hang on, let me see if I can fix it. I'm going to try it again in a minute here. Hang on, let's try it again. What happened to it? Does this work? Not yet. Hang on. Let me try it here. Take two. Okay. Okay, try it again. Thank you, Katie. And then it fades away. But I would edit out the background. I would edit out the background. How sick would that be? Like slow fade in, then slow fade out? Just a judgmental KD look? But I need a better command. But I can't, I've been thinking about what would be a good command for that. So KD's down with that. That frees us up there. But I need some advice on what would be a good command for it. Because I don't like is that all. That was my first instinct. But I'm like, yeah. I was thinking maybe like exclamation mark, like an ellipsis. Like period, period, period after the exclamation mark. Shrug, maybe? I don't know. I was thinking disappoint. I might go disappoint. Just like use some fucking bullshit. It's just like phasing, just like that'd be too sick. Okay, so we're still looking for this. If there might be one more. Oh shit, that's creepy. Statue. Don't care, didn't ask. I don't know. I think I might go disappoint. That one kind of captures it. Bootleg Mario's his dicks. What are you trying to say, Katie? That Katie's a bootleg Mario? Because I don't think that's true. Ooh, arr. Ooh, arr. Okay. Come on, dog. Oh, I like that one. Come on, dog. I like that one a lot. Bruh. I like come on, dog. I like disappoint. Might do both. Or bruh. Bruh. My idea for a sound effect for it would just be a rumbling white noise. How look would that be? Just Katie's face fades in and it's just like until it fades away. Did I not have the fucking Eye of Truth when I came here last time? The Price is Right fail horn? Is that that one? Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. My shield! Give my shield back! Oh, man. I play the invincible sometimes. I don't really get that. Got my shield back, please, or nah? I guess so. So, how do you actually lose your shield to those things? It has never worked. Do they have to literally, like, escape, or they're trying to get away? Do they fade away after a while? Do you have a time limit before it gets digested? Is it luck? Whenever somebody says some whack shit in the chat during Bruise Day, I can be like, bruh. Okay, a little bit of treasure there. Oh, fuck! Wow. The eye didn't even help me. With my stupid Bruz Day Tuesday? Speaking of which, guys, I think in the near future we're going to do our Doomsday Tuesday. We actually got that as a follower goal very recently. 2 Bruise Days in one of our upcoming weeks. I'm thinking maybe Friday. We'll do like a Tuesday and Friday or something. Double Bruise Days. If there were a stone statue, like a one-eyed statue, it would be down here somewhere. Sit your ass down, dude. That's not how weeks work, huh? You don't think so? It could work that way. So what? You're a dead guy. Get over it. How long you been dead? I'd move on eventually. 2 Tuesdays. One on Tuesday, one on Friday. We'll replace a Friday with a Tuesday. Oh, man. Sucks being dead, I guess. Look at these creepy-ass dead guy hands in the water. It's pretty unsettling. Thank you, Asmo. So you're playing Blood Roots. What is Blood Roots, Javon? It plays a vampire plant? Every day is the same day in this damn year. Yeah, it's definitely that kind of year. Do-do-do-do-ba-do-ba-do-ba-do. I summon you, ghost. Replenish my magic. Hey, cool. Okay. So I'm pretty satisfied that there is no stone statue here. It's been an awesome stream, guys. Tomorrow we're gonna wrap this game up. Come hell or high water. I'll see you guys then if you're enjoying it. Check out patreon.com/Vencabot if you want. Even $1 month's a huge help. I love this stream. I think it's a cool thing. I need your guys' help to keep it going. Most of you guys are already being more supportive than I could ever repay. If you're watching, if you're lurking, if you're watching on YouTube years down the line, whatever the case might be, check it out on Patreon. Guys, I think I'm making a change to Patreon very soon, where there's no exclusive content. Mostly because Patreon has a new policy. We're going to start charging sales tax for any stream that is selling, it's going to be any account that's using Patreon to sell some kind of product or service. But apparently they can avoid the sales tax if the only thing you get from Patreon is general support, which I think is really the main reason people help the channel out anyway. I think nobody, to my knowledge, is a patron because they want exclusive access to the YouTube videos or things like that. So now we're making them all public, which kind of sucks, but whatever. Discovering Vince's channel on YouTube, like finding lost archives of a ghost, huh? What does that mean? Ask me, I'm gonna die soon? I hope not. It's kind of like Hotline Miami, but with a neato art style. So like a top-down, kind of action sort of game. So that's everything, right? I've explored everything here. I'm pretty sure. Oh. Thank you, Ashley. You fucking scared me, dude. I know you have the power of prophecy. I was like, oh, fuck. I don't want to die. I just want to ride my motorcycle. Cool. Oh, hi there, big guy. Athel wouldn't curse me, dude. He knows better. Exactly, except it's got a few 3D elements to it, like a hump button. Okay, that's amazing. I don't want to die. I just want to ride my motorcycle. Was this where the Eye of Truth was, maybe? Oh, a jump button, I was about to say. I was like, well, if it was like a Hotline Miami, I wouldn't, you know, I wouldn't doubt that it's a hump button. I want to jump over him so bad. I know, cursed immortality, huh? I wouldn't mind living forever, guys. You know that song, Forever Young? They say, do you really want to live forever? I'd be like, yeah, I'll live forever, dude. That's how it always starts, right? That's how it always starts. And you find out it's not really that great. That'll make most of it, guys, for real. I would spend eternity just jerking off. Everybody says they want to, but do they really? I think I would rather live forever than die forever. Yo, James Bond movie? No one dies forever? Oh, this is cool. You already feel old, huh? I do sometimes. What are you saying? What if you never die, but you just keep getting older? That would suck. Look, Cavias. Finally found the last heartbeat. I did, Cavias, yeah. With a little help from Brian. But mostly with a lot of help from one of those eye statues. Believe it or not, the eye statue came in clutch. Tell me where it was. But Brian helped me out because I wasn't listening. There's a statue that was like, the last heart piece is on the road to Lake Hylia. In one of those, Stone of Agony spots. And I was like, cool. Brian was like, Benka, did you just read that? And I was like, yeah, I read it, yeah. He's like, are you sure? And I was like, oh! That's how it happened. And we found it. Brian's a VIP, dude. Yeah, I read it, yeah. Saw it, yeah. He said that there's a, secret on the road to Lake Hylia. Yeah, I already got that secret. And Brian was like, what was the secret you got? And I was like, oh! Good night, guys. Sleep well. Tomorrow we are going to be exploring Jabu Jabu one last time. We're going to catch a stupid-ass fish. We're going to try and molest a butterfly with a stick. We're going to be Ganon. That's the natural sequence of events, right? Jabu Jabu, molesting a butterfly with a stick. Catching a stupid fish. Oh, fuck. Beating Ganon. Typical Zelda nonsense. Pleasure having you, dicks. Good night, Brian. Good night, Aspinall. Good night, Caveat.
Oh, fuck! That actually scared the fuck out of me.
Good night, KV. Good night, Remy. Good night, J-Bomb.
Rest in peace.
Good night, Berdrinka, you lurking son of a bitch.
Rest in peace.
Good night, D-Scott. I'm gonna eat a bag of popcorn and then knock out a third strike video for tomorrow's YouTube upload. And let's see here. What else happens tonight? Oh yeah, I gotta do one of those After Dark streams. Gamesomnia. It sounds kind of backwards, right? The whole idea behind Gamesomnia is you don't got to do them. They're supposed to be optional. It's the whole idea behind them. But the thing is I want to do this Magia record event before the event, runs out of time.
Oh, wow!
And it's going to be one that really lends itself better to Gamesomnia than like to just record it straight up. I'm not sure if it's tonight, but in the very near future. Today's the 29th. It has to be before the 1st. So I might be back later tonight, guys, if you guys are still awake. But don't count on it.
I was watching the wrong
Depends on what happens tonight. But yeah, I've gotten into this mentality of I want to document the Magia record events because they're temporary. I want future gamers to be able to see what they were like. And so I've been documenting all the stuff for it so far, off stream. If you guys are on the following YouTube, you'd see that stuff. But the thing is, there's these maps called EX Challenge maps, where they're really hard, I guess. I haven't done them yet, and I feel like it would make sense to do them on stream. I want to commentate them, I guess. So far, all of my Magia record documentation stuff has been with no commentary, which makes them quite easy to do. I just can knock them out real quick. But in this case, it's going to be a hard one, so I think it makes sense to commentate it. If I'm going to commentate it, I might as well stream it. Good night, Brian. Yeah, good night, Remy.
My bad. Hey.
Oh my god. As always, thank you to all the patrons, all the Twitch subs. I mentioned earlier in the stream about how, you guys are what makes the stream possible. If not for you guys, this would just be something that I would want to do, but, couldn't possibly afford to do. As it stands, I really can't totally afford to do it, but I can afford it enough to do it, which makes that little difference. That, means so much. So, wow, we got the last heartbeats after all. I was really resigned to have to look it up. And I'm pretty sure we've gotten all the stone statues, too. I really can't think of where there'd be any more of them. There's not going to be any in Jabu Jabu, I'm pretty sure. I wonder if I'm missing one. Just out of curiosity.
Oh my... Dude, I was about to leave you be that time.
You guys know the deal. Thank you to Decoy Mandates, John Hernandez, and Salty Face for being Black Knights on Patreon. That's so generous. Thank you to Audrey Apples, Dick Sucker, Good Vibe 3, Great Gamer UK, Max, Michael Hinkle, Mutant XP, and Sin Theory. That's the $7 tier per month on Patreon. That really goes a very long way. Thank you to the Shady Winners. That's $3 a month on Patreon. Ashley Mazera, Brendan Williams, Founder, GK Lai, Juna Anon, Coolahan, Kyle Glass, Mum Blues, Ricardo Garcia, Rufio Jones, Souptastic, Tony Bosher, and Toxic Vamp. Thank you to the young guys, $1 a month. Again, it's worth a lot more than $1 to me. I always say that. But again, that $1 is not just enough to buy me a sandwich. It's enough to make me feel like people believe in the channel. They want to see it grow. Seeing the patronage go up is always a huge motivation for me, and that means a lot to me. Now, thank you to Benjamin J. Harkins, D. Scott, Dapper Dons, Edward Kent Perez, Herb Durkin, I'm Joy Cruz, Kaiju, and Kenfinite. Thank you to our Twitch subs as well. It's kind of a drag that Twitch takes half of every sub. It means that the $10 tier on Twitch only gets $5 to the channel. Likewise, the $5 tier puts $2.50 into the channel. And finally, the bits, you pay like 2 cents for them each, and they're usually worth about 1 cent to the channel, which is it's pretty rough. Twitch takes a lot of that patronage. That means your dollar goes further on Patreon, but Twitch subs still very much appreciated. I mean, Twitch subs get you ad-free viewing on Twitch, you get an emoji out of the whole deal. You support Twitch, which might be important. And again, it really helps the channel out. Thank you to Big Nasty, Ewok the Chill, N Cruz, and Stole Cold Ryan Meyer being Fearless Havels on Twitch. Thank you to the Shady Winners on Twitch, people like AC Slayer 3S, Amplitude Music, Arteus, Ash, Lethal, Stuffy Muffin, Audrey Apples, Bashful, Beastie Boy Jr., Blue Abs, Bot, Vencabot, thank you, Apples for that gift sub, Broken PSX, Brother Nero FGC, Carol Baskin, that's Wolford, Cavias, Chumpet, Crazier Stairs 3S, Cramally 3S, Crooked Tricking, Cycle Stev, Decoy Mandis, Dick Sucker, D Scott, KC2CAD, Eddie Greenheart, Field of Madness 1, First Opus FPA Brian X, FPA Eddie, Gaming Zone AZ, Grimy Herb Durkin, I'm Gatbug, I'm the Weatherman, in Silo, J-Bomb, 1901, Kaiju is Dead, Cairo Vatican, KD Alpha, Keylinks 1, Kyosuke, KG the Legend, Kashik 3S, Knuckle Dust, Cozy Pro, Coolahan, El Grinta, Longlip, Lost Ark Video Games, Mutant Experience, Dan Riot 4, Nicholas Jones, Nice Templar, Omega Urian, Optimus Style, Orion 209, Overload Steve, Poppy Kulo, Play Decay, Quinifer, Raging Mage Sage, Rockarai UK, Shiva Jones, Sin Theory, Sneak 8288, Solvable Group, Squat Master Phil, Sugar Pixie, Task Force Spouse, TFD, Yeezus, Deshen, the Tomebox, 3 Venge, Timeless GFX, Toxic Vamp, V-Trunks Trunks 8479, V Roski, Whitfield 20, Yoga Brains 3S, and of course Zanzu. I thank you to Zanzu for everything he's done for this channel over the past few years. And thank you to today's new subs. Thank you Bones, and thank you to the gift sub Bones gave out to Akai47 and Docked 3292. For some reason I didn't get updated tonight. Probably because my robot crash is in point. Rest well, guys. See you guys tomorrow if you guys want to hang out. We're going to do some Batman and beat this game finally, so that on Monday we can move on to some sweet, sweet Majora's Mask. After that, wow. Our Zelda adventures will finally come to an end. It's been a hell of a journey, man. We've been doing this now for, I'm not even sure how long. I'm not even sure I want to know how long. It's probably drive me nuts to see how long we've been doing this. It's been a hoot and a half, though.